Hey everyone, it's Middle-Aged Gamer Guy. How are you? We are back after a bit of a break for another TNGC. With me always is that guy that I probably should be doing an intro for and probably forgot how to do it. It's my co-host, Mr. David Jones. How are you, sir?
Oh, I'm good, mate. I'm sure one day you'll come up with a good intro.
I'm sure I will, but at the moment, not going to happen. So there you go. There you go. Evening, Moonlight. How are you? Good to see you. Good to see you. So, Dave, you had a week off. I'll let you have a week off, which is a rare thing for you. So, what you've been playing?
I got time off. Oh, what have I been playing? I've been playing a little bit of Astro's Playroom again on the PS5. So my daughter wanted to have a go on that, so we've been playing through that together. Good fun playing that game. Definitely recommend it to anyone who can get a hold of a PS5. Well worth a look, 'cause it's bundled in. I've had a go at that Second Extinction, which I think you've played as well.
I have as well, yeah.
Thought I'd have a look at it. It's okay. You can tell it's still early access, especially the way some of the missions are set up. They're quite basic. Go here, open a door, shoot lots of dinosaurs in the face, rinse and repeat, kind of it. But it's got a good idea there, just to see what they do with it going forward.
Yeah.
And then lastly, I've been playing quite a lot of Metro Exodus. Got that on the PC.
Oh yeah, because the new version came out.
Yeah, with that enhanced edition, all the nice ray tracing effects. I've been having a playthrough on that. I'm actually quite enjoying that one. I never got into the previous ones. I did try, I think it was Metro 2033. Didn't get very far in it, but I thought, I'll pick this one up because it was cheap in a sale. I say it had the nice update and it looked good in the trailers. And I'm enjoying it so far. It's got some nice sort of, not like huge levels, but just sort of big enough so you can sort of wander around, discover stuff yourself. You've got like a map, like say the odd cross on it for a main objective, but you can wander around, do a lot of exploration, find lots of stuff. You need resources to build your ammo and upgrade your guns and all that stuff. And it's pretty good so far. It's a good sort of slow-paced FPS with a good sort of bit of story to it, which might appeal to some people. Might not if you like your more fast-paced Doom Eternal type stuff. It ain't ain't going to scratch that itch at all.
No, I played some of it. I played all three of them. It's never really grabbed me. Or it's got to a point where I like the second one the most, but it got to a point where I was just stuck and couldn't move forward at all because I had no ammo and there's just loads of monsters killing me. And I was like, well, I'm never going to get past this, whatever I do. So there you go. But yeah, I know people. I do know people who love those games. So if you're into that and you want a bit more of a thing, I do like the stories on those though, obviously because they're based on the books. So there you go. Anyway, Moonlight, you're very, very welcome. I've confirmed that we're doing another Elder Scrolls Online co-stream in June in about 2-3 weeks' time. So you're very, very welcome, Moonlight. So no problem at all. Right, should we get this week's guest in?
Go on. No point keeping waiting.
All right, no, we won't keep him waiting. So we're getting him here nice and early and then leave him here for 2 hours just sitting in the backstage, which is not very kind of me. So this week, our guest is... well, let's put it this way. So last time we did a show, which can you believe it is a couple of weeks ago, we reviewed Hoods, Outlaws and Legends, which is a game that I know this next guest absolutely adores. And the reason that is because we named one of the characters on his stream, John Hammer, because he was literally cracking skulls open. And therefore, can I please welcome our guest this week who has been smashing in skulls. Well, no, let's get this right. I'll get him introduced. He's been cracking noggins since 2021. Please welcome, it's Little Panda.
What's up, ladies and gents? I've been smashing them noggins since 2021.
Smashing them noggins.
Smashing them noggins, mate. Mate, that game is amazing. I love that so much. Hoods, Outlaws and Legends. Definitely.
It's a good game. I mean, I've still not played it myself yet, but I've enjoyed watching you play it. So yeah, and that was the thing. We came up with this phrase for Panda while he was playing it, and it's stuck ever since.
Mate, I'll be honest with you. I was going to try and get that as a T-shirt. So when I come on the show, I'd have like smashing noggins since 2021 with like my logo on it. I was just like, yes. I was like, I need that so much. But yeah, man.
It might happen. You never know. It might happen. I mean, someone might do something stupid, like do another one-off T-shirt for someone. I don't know.
We'll see. Possibility. It's a possibility.
We'll see. I've still got to send Zabs out. He doesn't know what it is yet, and I've still not haven't told anyone what it is. So I wanted to take the picture and put it in the Discords. I think it'll find it funny. So there you go.
Wow. Looking excited to see that. Definitely excited to see that.
Yeah. So apart from obviously, for anyone who's not familiar with you and hasn't seen your streams, tell us what other games you play.
So do you know what? I've recently been playing Fortnite. Like, surprisingly enough, I'm not a huge fan of it, but a couple of the boys actually dragged me in from the Discord and wanted me to play it. So I was like, do you know what? I was like, I'll give it a go. I'll give it a go. And it's actually quite enjoyable. Like the new seasons, things like that, like the whole primal stuff. It's really good. Obviously, Hood says, you know, I've been smashing them noggins since 2021. My character John running around with that sledgehammer. We love to see it. We love to see it. And yeah, MK. That's really it. The three games I've been playing. I love them. I love anything fighting and shooting is definitely my type of game. Yeah, it's my genre. It's my genre.
I could tell then. See, tonight we've got a really mixed bag of stuff, and I mean a really mixed bag. There's definitely fighting and shooting in it, but then there'll be some other ones that you might just go,
okay.
One of them. Yeah, I know there's one that Dave's particularly looking forward to, like this evening. So we've got a hell of a lot of games to get through because obviously we weren't here last week. It's funny because I worked it out that if we had done the show last week, there probably was only about 10 games, new games. So most of the games are from literally last Wednesday to games that have come out today. This week has been a big week for games. Not necessarily some big names, but there is quite a lot going out. So we're going to get cracking. And our first game is a game that's been around for quite some time, but it's finally got its console edition. This came out on Friday the 21st. This is, if I can find it, Rust Console Edition, which is out on Xbox One and PS4. Let's have a look at the trailer and then see what people think. I'll be right back. Here we go.
Rated M for mature.
The club got me gone out this nigga. I'm drinking Patron like it came in the picture. My stomach is tight like I just did some sit-ups. You know that I'm drunk by the way that I hiccup. The money come on in the clubs. I did get up. I'm looking for somebody girlfriend to pick up. She kicked me with you, but ain't going home. This is my part. This is my part. Shit, at least I had the time of my life. Wow. Shit, at least I had the time of my life.
There you go. That is Rust Console Edition. I mean, that just basically takes PUBG, Fortnite, and makes it really serious. Now, we discussed that this was coming out late this year, me and Dave, and we were just like, it looks like one of those games that if you ain't got the upper hand, you're going to be absolutely screwed on this. I'll start with you, Dave. Have you ever tried Rust? Because obviously it's a game that's been on PC for a fair few years now, and now it's finally made its way over to consoles.
No, it's not one I've ever looked at. It's another one of those ones where, you know, you start with absolutely bugger all stuff and you've got to scavenge around to find all the resources to, like, build your weapons, build your bases, all that sort of stuff. And whilst you're doing that, there's going to be other people on the same island as you, probably already way ahead of you with gear and stuff like that. They just sneak up behind you, stab you, take you out, get all your stuff, make you start again. It's one of those games you're going to need a lot of patience. I think especially within the console version having crossplay, you're going to be up against all these PC players who've been playing it since 2013, who are going to be pretty well off. Probably cause you quite a lot of grief. So I think if you've got the patience and you like that sort of game, you're probably going to get something out of it. But it's probably going to be best if you can go in with some friends, make a team, pull your resources together, you'll probably get a lot further, a lot quicker than just going it alone.
Yeah. Little Panda, what are your thoughts on it?
I mean, it's definitely going to be like a group-based game. So like going in like obviously what Dave said, going in with like a group of friends, that kind of stuff, and obviously surviving. It reminds me an awful lot of PUBG, like the movement and the way that obviously the game is designed and things like that. But true fact, I actually know a guy, not in person, but I know a guy that was on development of the console game, of the console version of Rust. So I met him through like a friend of the family, that kind of stuff. I've only met him the once, but he seems like a really decent guy, and obviously he was like, it's got good potential, like many updates to come, good potential, things like that. So I'm actually excited to play this, to be fair.
Okay. Now, for those people who haven't watched the show, we always I have to gather in all the scores from the internet, as many as I can, and then try and work out an average. So for people in the chat, I mean, Moonlight said, not my thing, don't like that. That's cool. Let us know your thoughts in the chat. But I want people to guess a score out of 10, what this might have got by the critics. Dave, what do you reckon?
I'm going to guess a 7 out of 10. It still looks a little bit janky from looking at the trailer, so I reckon it still needs a lot of improvement. Okay,
Mr. Newton's gone for a 7.5. Panda, what do you reckon?
I'm going to probably have to say an 8 out of 10 for me.
Ooh.
8 out of 10, definitely rating it higher.
Moonlight saying it looks like a very poor mashup between PUBG and The Sims. I was thinking PUBG and Minecraft because you got to build your house and that, but I think that's a fair thing. Sims with guns, it got 6 out of 10.
6.
It got 6.
Jeez.
Now, I think one of the big things which Dave kind of touched on is the fact that yes, it's great that it is cross-platform, but you're going to be a major disadvantage if you are playing with people who've got it on PC.
Yeah.
I think there are some settings, a bit like Sea of Thieves, you can change it just to say Xbox only or PS4 only, etc. But if you don't do that, you're probably going to end up dead very, very quickly. You probably wouldn't even manage to make fire. No, man, get shot back in head is more likely what's going to happen.
It's like a cross-map spear. Comes straight over, just takes you out, wipes you down.
Yeah, it's just like get knocked out by a rock.
Yeah, that's it, isn't
it? Sorry, Moonlight. Sorry, I won't bring Minecraft into it. I won't. I promise. There you go. So there you go. That is Rust. I'm sure we'll see it develop and we'll see it get better. At the moment, it's getting average views at 6 out of 10. So that's Rust Console Edition out for Xbox One and PS4. Came out on Friday, the 21st of May. Another big game that I'm actually really looking forward to playing, and I didn't actually get a chance to play the demo that was out last week, but this is a game that's pretty much free to play and is also a cross-platform game. So I think it's going to be something we're going to definitely be doing on our VIP streams. This is Knockout City. So take a look at this. This is out on Xbox One, Xbox Series X, PS4 and 5, and PC, and also came out on Friday the 21st. Let's have a look at the trailer for this and see what you think after. Here we go.
Pass to me! Here.
Gotcha!
Attention all brawlers. The Knockout City Block Party is about to pop off, where you and your crew can gear up and throw down. Free for a limited time. Earning yourselves some serious swagger and big-time rewards to set yourselves apart in this metropolis of Knockoutopolis. And this party won't stop because Season 1 kicks off on May 25th, which means a whole lot more brawling is coming your way with a new map, Jukebox Junction, where you need to watch your step if you want to stay on your feet. Ooh. New league play, where you can make a name for yourself in 1v1 or 3v3 ranked matches. New crew contracts, where the more you play together, the more you can unlock. And a new way to play every single week. So what are you waiting for, brawlers? Grab your friends and hit the Knockout City Block Party. It's gonna be a blast. Literally.
There you go. So that is Knockout City, which I'm actually really looking forward to playing. I mean, Moonlight's like, no, 0 out of 10 immediately. Have you actually tried this Moonlight? Is that why you don't like it? Because I know some people who've gone, oh, well, I play Splatoon on Switch, so I wouldn't be interested in this because it's basically Splatoon, but instead of with paint, it's dodgeballs. Panda, let's kick you off with this. Are you aware of this game, or have you seen it?
Yeah, so I've actually seen a few people play it, actually, stream it and things like that. Like, I'm very, very excited for this game. Very excited to get my hands on it. It reminds me more of like a mixture of Fortnite and Rocket League. To be fair,
Okay.
It gives me that kind of Rocket League feel. How playing it with a team, playing it with people would be more enjoyable than playing it like solo than doing it on your own.
Yeah.
But I'm very, very, very interested in getting my hands on this to play this. Very interested.
See, Moonlight said, yeah, I tried playing it with my godfather. We both bloody hated it. Okay, that's fair. That's fair. Absolutely fair. British Beef, 89 UK. Thank you very much for the follow. Appreciate that. Welcome to the stream, buddy. Yeah, I don't think this is going to be everyone's cup of tea. Dave, is it going to be yours?
I'll give it a go. I did download it when it popped up on Game Pass, but I don't know, is it still on Game Pass, or is it just a very temporary free trial or something?
I believe there's a free version of it, but it won't unlock all of it. It's because if you've got Game Pass Ultimate, you get EA Play, so you get it tagged on. If you've got normal Game Pass, you won't be able to get it. You're going to have to buy it, apparently.
So, since I've got it free on Game Pass Ultimate, yeah, I'll give it a go. It looks quite interesting.
Yeah.
I always quite like dodgeball, so it looks good fun. But if people have got to pay for it, I wonder how much of a following it'll actually get. Because with all the big hitters you've got these days, already that are free to play, like Fortnite, Call of Duty, etc., this is sort of launched itself into a marketplace that perhaps isn't quite there now. People aren't necessarily willing to pay for just a multiplayer game.
Yeah.
Not with all these other free ones about already.
There's been some confusion because obviously they said there was that whole week where you could play it for free.
Yeah.
But then it's still insisting it's a free game. But then I've seen it on sale in the Xbox store for like 22 quid.
Yeah, and that looks way too much for that sort of game.
And I'm like, well, why would you do that if it's supposed to be free on Game Pass? I'm a little bit, I don't know. We will stream it on the channel. We are going to try it out. I'm just a little bit like, not sure they know how they're marketing this. If that makes sense.
Yeah, I think they probably want to go down the free-to-play route with some of the cosmetic stuff thrown in there that you can pay for to make the revenue back from it. Because trying to charge like 20-odd quid.
Well done,
EA 11 surprise mechanics. That's what EA say. Don't get it wrong.
No, loot boxes.
For me, that game's just not worth 20 odd quid. In my opinion, that's probably like a 12, 13 pound game, like something that you just pick up just for the fun of it, kind of thing.
Yeah.
I wouldn't sit there and I wouldn't spend £20 to play a game that's you don't know what it's like, basically.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's just my opinion.
I think the only upside, again, like Rust, this is cross-platform, so you will be playing against PlayStation and PC people, which is good because hopefully that means the servers will be busy. But we'll have to see. I definitely want to try it. I'm in an hour and about doing a normal stream for it, but I definitely want to put it forward for a VIP stream because if it turns out that everyone can get it for free, once we've figured out what the bloody hell they're doing, then it means everyone can just download it and then give it a whirl. And Moonlight's like,
sign Moonlight up for it.
Yeah, don't sign Moonlight. Moonlight's like, I'm going to sit that one out. No chance. Not doing that one. That's fair enough. So, what do we reckon this got on the reviews when it came out? Little Panda, I'll start with you.
Oh, I said 8 on the last one. I'm probably going to go 7 for this one.
Okay.
7 out of 10.
Dave?
I don't think it looks like an 8, so I'm just going to go for a 7.5.
Ooh, okay. Anyone in the chat want to have a guess? Let us know. Dave, it's very rare that you go with the 0.5s.
I thought, well, 7's been taken. I thought 8's too high. Let's go with the 0.5.
Okay. Well, do you know what? It's paid off because 7.5 was the average.
Oh wow!
Cool.
Nice.
Lots of reviews giving it 7s and lots of reviews giving it 8. Paul said gave it a 7. Yeah, I'll play anything else, but just not Knockout City. That's not my vibe. That's cool. So 7.5. Knockout City, possibly free to play. There's a bit of confusion over it or not. Out on Xbox One, Xbox Series X and S, PS4, PS5, PC. Came out 2 Fridays ago. Go check it out and see if you like it. Again, another game, completely different. This looks quite beautiful in the way it's presented, I have to say. It does remind me of something me and Dave talked about a couple of weeks ago, which actually was quite an underwhelming game. But we'll see. Was it underwhelming or not? Another one that's got a title that always basically means I'm probably going to pronounce it wrong. Aeril Knights Never Yield. Let's check out the trailer for this, and we'll be right back very shortly. Here we go.
Rated T for teen.
I keep it going like, I keep it moving like, I keep it going like. Bringing it back in full effect to the next. Running with the best, never missing a step. From the east to the west, I stay fresh, I finesse, I progress with no stress. In and out of the city, I get busy, they can't get me, I can't be stopped. I'm on top, 100%, I'm giving it all I got. It's all locked, I'm going rock, let's roll. They know, rain, snow, nothing gonna get in the way, I just go. Just go. Just go. Never quit, never yield. Running through the city like a battlefield. Never quit, never yield. Running through the city like a battlefield.
There you go. So that is Aeril Knights Never Yield. Pixie, thank you so much for the raid. Greatly appreciated. Thank you so much. Paul Newton says, we have tech that can do much better graphics than this. Again, Moonlight coming in. Moonlight's free for free. No, this game is that would probably make me feel poorly. Hello, Discord. How you doing? Good to see you. Here, motherfuckers. Is it subscriber only chat tonight, Mag? No. Oh shit, it might be actually. Bollocks! It would help if I turned that off, wouldn't it? Fucking hell! Sorry, anyone who's been trying to talk in the chat, my apologies. That's left over from Sunday night. Whoops. Feel free to put anything in the chat now. Well, I'll say anything. There we go. Whoops. Yeah. Fucking hell. Spent 6 hours putting this show together and forgot to switch one fucking button. Never mind. Round of applause to me. Glad you're right. Hello, Big Jesse. How you doing? Good to see you. There you go. Jesse's in. There you go. Melly's Mega Fan. Have I got that right? Melly's Meg Fan. Melly's Mega Fan. I probably pulls that name up right there. I'll get it right. There you go. Anyway, this game. And now people can talk in the chat. I was wondering why we weren't getting many people in the chat. Meryl is me G fam. Got it. Meryl is me G fam. There you go. Hello, random people in the chat. It's good to see you. Yeah. Yeah. See now, Big Jesse's just said about that. It does remind me of those mobile games where your character just constantly keeps running, and you have to make them jump or swipe. Yeah,
plenty
exactly.
of those.
Yeah.
Yeah. Loads of things like that. But now, obviously, this is done side scrolling, and we have seen games like this before. I think it looks very stylized in the way it is. But Dave, what are your thoughts on this one?
Well, style-wise, it looks all right. I wouldn't say it's anything particularly special. As you say, it looks like a lot of the endless runners on the mobile phones. From what I was reading earlier, it isn't endless. It is quite a short game. So it's mostly built with, trying to beat your score. Yeah, you can play through the whole thing for about an hour and a half. Then you got the challenges, try and improve your score, speed run it, see how good you can do. So I think it depends if you like doing that. If you're just going to play through it once, it's probably not worth your time or your money. But if you like trying to get the best score, perhaps get to the top of the leaderboard, speed run these things, you might get a lot out of it.
There you go. Discord asked for him to do a little dab, so there you go.
My apologies. My apologies.
The audience requested it. The audience sent it.
There you go.
There you go. Panda, your thoughts on this?
I mean, the colours and the graphics doesn't look too bad. It's quite bright. It's quite vibrant. In my opinion, it does look like an okay-ish game, but it does remind me an awful lot of the two-dimensional version of Subway Surfers.
Yeah. And
that game was forever addictive, but forever annoying. So don't really know how well this one's gonna plan out.
We'll have to see. Let us know what you think this might have got. Hello, Joker. How you doing? Are there any other mods here? No, I think you're just the only one Discord at the moment, my friend. Big Jesse, thank you so much for the follow as well. Greatly appreciate that. So, yeah, let us know. What do you think this got out of 10, this game? If you just joined us, we're talking about Aeril Knights Never Yield. Dave, out of 10? Get your scores here.
I guess a 6. Didn't look anything special.
Okay. Little Panda.
I was about to say 6, so I'll go 6.5.
A 6.5. Okay.
6.5, yeah.
I like this. Paul Newton Magic gets me to make him a video for his StreamYard, and suddenly he's a graphic snob. What can I say, Jesse? What can I say? Dear. Well, it got, drum roll please. Hello, Gray. How you doing? Good to see you. I have no idea what game we're talking about, but I'm going to give it a 7. Well, you did right, Joker, as you are our guest on our last show. Got a 7 out of 10.
Oh, wow.
They actually said it's good fun. It is a short, sharp campaign, and they do... you saw a little glimpse of it where there was a bit where it goes from a level where he is playing like a portable thing, so then it goes really 8-bitty arcadey. So they try and do things to keep it interesting, and they succeed. It's not the most brilliant game, but it's something you could crack through in a couple of hours, and you'd probably have fun with it. So there you go, folks. That is Aeril Knights Never Yield. That's out on Xbox, all the Xboxes. Weirdly, only PS5, not PS4. Switch and PC, and came out back Wednesday 19th, so nearly 2 weeks ago. So if you fancy that, that gets a 7 out of 10. Now a game that we thought disappeared into the ether was on the games list of big games to come out. Then it was announced 2 months ago, yes, it's definitely coming out. And then it's come out and everyone's kind of gone, going to play you the trailer for BioMutant. This has been widely discussed, this game. And as has critics very, very torn. Here comes the trailer. Let us know your thoughts in the chat. This is the trailer for BioMutant. So there you go, folks. That's BioMutant. Now, obviously, as I said, this has really caused a lot of arguments between reviewers and players. I'm going to start with Little Panda. What do you reckon to this game, and does it remind you of any other games?
I mean, I am excited for this game. I like the whole concept of you obviously being like an animated character kind of thing, running around, fighting all of these like monsters and bigger creatures and being like, outnumbered and that kind of stuff. I think the game looks really good. It has a lot of obviously bright colors. The animation, as I say, is very, very sharp, very clean. But I feel like it will be more of like an offline game. So like if you're sitting at home chilling or that kind of stuff, it'll be like that type of game. It's not an online game you can brag about, that kind of stuff. But I think it'll be good. I think it'll pick up. I really do.
Okay. Right, Dave.
I think it looks nice. The open world's got those nice bright visuals. You can tell it's got all the sort of usual biomes you'd expect. There's like ice and desert and all that sort of stuff. Same as like most of the other ones. It reminds me a bit of Breath of the Wild, especially see the character like floating down with his glider. I did watch a trailer for it the other day. It kind of put me off it a little bit because I didn't like all the words that pop up when you fight it. Reminds me of the old 1960s Batman, where you got like bang, kapow, flashing up on screen. I didn't really like that. And I've heard that it's got this really annoying narrator in it. It's kind of it seems to put a lot of people off.
Yeah.
And I kind of get the impression as well from what I read that yes, it's a big open world, but it's one of those ones where it's a lot of very basic quests over and over and over again, just dotted around. I mean, some people seem to like that, just going and clearing a map of all its icons. But I find that quite boring. I prefer them if they got decent quests with decent stories to them. So I get the impression it just hasn't got it yet. But it doesn't like the developer is doing patches and going to address people's complaints in it. So as we see with a lot of games these days, it could start off a little bit basic, then improve over time. Yeah, and it could get better. But at the moment, as it is, I don't think it's what I'm going to go for.
No. Okay. Hello to Hunter, by the way. Hello, Stephen. And British Beef was saying playing Knockout City right now. Good journey. Let us know what your thoughts are if you're loving it. A lot of people, again, saying comments about the fact it looks beautiful, looks stunning. You're quite rightly so. It seems what the people have said before I ask you for your scores. And if you want to try and give your scores out of 10 in the chat, go for it, folks. Let us know what you think this got reviewed. Because it has had critics very split on this. But it says it takes certain elements out of games, such as Breath of the Wild. There's even elements of Assassin's Creed. There's elements of other games. But it doesn't say necessarily does them all well. It just makes a very strange pot of mixing it all up. The narrator has been one of the most talked about things in the game, and people either love him or hate him. So it's just like Marmite. That's caused issues. And I think another thing they have said is the fact about you build your character up and you've got to learn these things and like with every character, you build up the stats and make them better. And the controls can be quite fiddly to learn some of the moves. And for the first couple of hours, you might not be able to pull a lot of it off. But once you get into it, it's fine. But then when you get to the boss battles, they put you in some sort of mech suit or vehicle, which basically means all the thing that you've done for creating your character is made redundant. So what's the point of building your character up? Because you're never going to use those skills for the boss battles. Based on all that, what do we reckon this got? Dave, I'm going to start with you. What do you reckon?
I'm going to go for a 7.
You're going to go for a 7. Panda?
I'll have to go for a 6.5 on that one.
Go 6.5. Anyone else in the chat wants to have a guess? See if you're right. Give us a score out of 10. What you think this got? This literally came out this time last week on Tuesday 25th. It's out for PC, Xbox One, and PS4. No news if it's coming out onto the newer consoles just yet. Paul is going for a 7. See if anyone else wants to have a guess while I take a slurp of tea in a very nice mug. Buy my shit, people.
Shameless plugging.
Shameless plug. I don't give a fuck. Shameless plug. Big Jesse, 7.5. Halfway through between those giving 6 and all those giving a 9. Stephen is going for seeing the game being played, and I would probably go for a 6.5. Okay. Cheers, Discord. Buy my merch. Need a new clock, Mag. I know one of the clocks has gone. Tokyo's not slow. Oh, Tokyo's 15 minutes slow. Never mind. Do you need a new clock, Mr. Newton? You can buy one. There you go. There's the link to the shop. So I can tell you now. Wait for it. Drum roll. Got a 6 out of 10 on average. Not a great score. Not necessarily a bad score. A lot of people were very much like it could be so much better. As Dave rightly said, big open world, not that much to do in it. It might be a game to see one of these things where it does develop. So we will see. So say, hello, Zenkai. How you doing? We're talking about BioMutant. So there you go. Oh, Country Mama, hello. Good to see you again. Just dropping in to say, hey, fellas. Can't stay, but want to say, hey, to you all. Really appreciate that. Thank you for coming in. And yes, Paul Newton does need a new clock. Well, in which case, buy it from my shop.
If you don't mind them losing time.
Yeah,
50 minutes already.
It's only me being a tight bastard putting in like batteries that are used. That's why my clock's slowed down. If you actually put fresh batteries in, you will find the clocks work. I can guarantee that. There you go. Hello, Mystic. How you doing? Good to see you. You're on your break. Thank you for popping in while you're on your break from work. Really appreciate it. So there you go, folks. BioMutant gets a 6 out of 10. Came out Tuesday last week on PC, Xbox One, and PS4. Now, a classic game. But just like we've seen, well, me and Dave will immediately probably go, hang on, didn't we see this a couple of weeks ago? This actually came out a couple of years ago, but it's based on an old classic. But then they've gone re-brought it out again because they've added a new version to it. That's all I'm going to say. Oh, hello. I'm just going to answer this question. Before, do you guys think if Breath of the Wild was not there to compare it to, that it would do better? Yes, is my response.
Probably would a bit, but
then if it didn't exist, people would. Immortals Phoenix Rising got trashed by the critics, and that sold really well. And then people would go, "Oh, it's just like Immortals Phoenix Rising." I don't know, but go on, Dave. What were you going to say? Sorry, I totally interrupted you.
I was going to say, yeah, if you didn't have that comparison, then yeah, it probably would be seen in a slightly better light. But we've also still got tons of other open worlds to compare it to as well, not just Breath of the Wild. We've got all the Assassin's Creed ones. Yeah, they're not too bad. I mean, they suffer from a lot of the same thing over and over again in a big open world. But yeah, might compare a bit better without the big hitters, the best ones in the genres.
There you go. Stephen totally agrees with you. There you go. Country Mama, I hope you get well soon. Sending lots of love.
Yeah.
But I know you've not been well the last couple of days, so get well soon. Right, let's play this trailer for this other game. I've done the intro for that. I can't be asked to repeat myself. So here we go. Watch this trailer and then just put things in the chat. There you go. Really technical.
Peggy 7.
Super Bomberman R online. Battle 64 mode. Blast your way to the top. Battle with up to 64 players simultaneously from around the world. Blast away your rivals in multiple areas in this online survival battle. Fight your way to the end and be the last one standing. Blast them up. Outlast them. Be Bomber 1. Suit up your character. Pick out an outfit of your choice and head into battle with style. You can even customize your bomb. And each style comes with their own unique blasts. There are blasts that glitter, and even tasty-looking ones, too. Suit up your bomber and get ready to have a blast. Super Bomberman R online.
There you go. Super Bomberman R. Don't know what the R stands for. Online.
Regurgitate yet again.
Yeah, there you go. Now, Dave, a couple of weeks ago, we had another classic game, didn't we?
Oh, it was Pac-Man, wasn't it?
Pac-Man doing
I love a Pac-Man.
Battle Royale Pac-Man.
We've had Tetris did the same thing as well. That Tetris 99.
Tetris Battle Royale. Zenkai. Oh, I love that answer. R stands for really fucking generic. I absolutely adore that answer. Unser says, yeah, used to love Bomberman. Bomberman was such a banger. I'd defo play online. I think it'd be more fun. I'm up for Bomberman on any day, despite being rubbish. I like the style stuff as long as they don't ruin the gameplay. I'm going to play this for hours. Well, here's the upside to it. It is absolutely free to play.
Wow.
So basically, this is out on Xbox One and Series X, PC, Switch, Stadia, PS4. Again, not PS5. I don't get why that is.
Well, it would run in backwards compatible mode. It just means there's no native version for PS5.
Yeah, exactly. So it'll still run. It's just they've decided not to release it, whereas they've done an Xbox One and an Xbox Series X, and you're kind of like, fuck it, why bother? Mystic's like, right, I'm downloading it now. Stephen's like, nope. Not a bit for me. That's fair enough. But we're seeing too many of these now, where they're taking a classic game and they're just basically sticking a bloody battle royale on the version. Panda, do you think they're dying this to death, or do you think this will be way better than some of the other ones that have done it, such as Tetris and Pac-Man?
Oh, it's a little bit of a tricky one, because my concern would be is you can have up to 64 people in a server. Now, how well would that server hold? Being obviously a game like that, having obviously multiple maps where you can run up and down, left and right, and things like that. I don't think that the server's going to hold itself very well. The character customizations look very interesting, look very fun. They almost remind me of Gang Beasts, how you can sort of edit your character in that way, and you can add things like little props, like change your bomb, that kind of stuff. But I can't see myself playing this game, to be fair. Okay. It's a recreation of an old game that should stay as an old like arcade game type of thing. But that's my opinion.
Okay, Dave.
It does look a bit dated, doesn't it? It still looks like it used to on the old Super Nintendo, where I think I played it. I think we probably played it together, didn't we?
We did play it together, yeah. On the SNES.
It doesn't look any different to that. It could be good fun, I suppose. There's a Battle Royale one. I think that people got a lot of fun out of Tetris and was it the Mario 35 one they did, which also works in a similar style. So you might get some people enjoying it. The only thing I didn't really like the look of, though, was, you can customise your character, but you can customise your bombs as well. So if you're not aware of that, someone drops one that's a bit of popcorn, you might think it's a collectible. Go and get it, and boom, you're lost because you didn't realise. So I can easily catch a lot of people out of that. I thought, I don't know if that's a good idea or not.
Hunter says, I think it works for the right games, but some games are gone and should stay gone. But Bomberman is a game that you won't get out of your way to play, but when you're on, won't want to get off. That's a fair point. I want to give this a try, especially when I found out it was free. Again, depending on whether you can, I don't know if you can set up custom servers. If you can, again, that would be a game that I would want to try and draw the community in on, because again, it's cross-platform across everything: Stadia, PC, Xbox, PS4, Switch. So that alone kind of appeals. Jesse saying, I've got Bomberman on the Mega Drive here. The graphics don't matter because it's a laugh. It looks the same. Zenkai's comment there. So I never played Bomberman game before, so I don't know. Which is fair. People might have come across it. People who are like old gits like me will remember it very well. But some of you lovely younger people in the audience will probably go, never heard of it. And that's cool. What do we reckon this got out of 10 on the scores? Panda, I'm going to start with you.
I'm going to say 7.
Okay.
I'm going to give it a 7. Yeah, be fair.
7. Dave?
I'm going to go for 6, I think. Just like they're just rehashing an old thing again.
Okay. Zenkai, Big Jesse's gone for an 8. Zenkai's going for about 7.5. Hunter's gone for about an 8. I can tell you it got 7 out of 10. There you go.
Your Panda got that right.
Panda gets that one.
Panda gets
going for a 5. 7 out of 10. Good fun is what it is. Give it a whirl. Not going to set the world on fire, but it's definitely worth a try, especially if you used to love the original ones. Yeah. So there you go. Before we move on to the next game, we have got to cram a lot into the show. I'm telling you now, I've really bitten off more than I can chew. Going to blast through this. A little bit of news. Any GTA 5 fans here in the chat? Panda, Dave is. Let us know if you're a GTA 5 fan. I can tell you that Grand Theft Auto 5, the 3rd generation version, is coming to Xbox Series X and PS5 November the 11th. It's been announced. They are bringing that out. But what is interesting is they are adding some new features to it and stuff, and I'm sure that will be revealed over the course of the coming months, just like they did when they added it on Xbox One and stuff, like you had the first-person mode, etc. The online version is going to be a separate game. So if you don't want the main game, you can actually purchase the online version completely free. But here's the bonus. And this is where PlayStation gets their own back on Xbox. If you get it on PlayStation 5, the online version is going to be completely free to play. Xbox have got to pay for it. So there you go. So that's some news. Also, they have said, look out, it is the 20-year anniversary of Grand Theft Auto 3. So there is going to be some things dropped into GTA 5 over the course of the next couple of months to celebrate GTA 3's 20th anniversary. So if you're a GTA fan, look out for that. Also talking of upgrades and stuff, another little thing. Last of Us Part 2, they've announced is getting a free upgrade for PS5. So you don't have to buy another copy of it. There was rumours that you might, but you don't have to. It's been announced. PS5 will get a free upgrade. And in a few months' time, they will be bringing the multiplayer version to PS5. Now, we don't know what that entails yet, but that's some of the stuff that announced. So, guys, do you want to say any comments about GTA 5 or Last of Us Part 2?
I mean, the Last of Us multiplayer sounds amazing. Like, the multiplayer on the very first Last of Us was absolutely incredible. Like, the whole concept of having to scavenge around and obviously get your materials for obviously your Connolly and your base back at home and that kind of stuff was amazing. So I am actually buzzing to see what they develop from that over into the new one on obviously part 2 for the online multiplayer. I cannot wait for that. That sounds really good.
Dave, any thoughts on?
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't mind seeing that multiplayer either. I missed that the first time round. I played the single player game through a couple of times, but I just never got around to trying the multiplayer. So I'll have a look at it when it comes out for the next one. I'm definitely tempted to replay the second one again now it's got this update, because it's a nice 60 FPS update. And those have been really good. So I'm looking forward to playing it again with those. As for GTA, it's interesting they're keeping it going for as long as they possibly can, aren't they? I'll look forward to seeing how it's going to look on the next gen versions. Be interesting to see what the comparisons are like. I'm guessing it must be 4K, 60 FPS. Got to be that at minimum. I'll probably end up playing it again, because I do like the single player on that. Multiplayer wise, I'm not so fussed about. I've tried it. It's okay. I've just never got into it like a lot of other people have.
We'll see how it goes. I mean, can you believe it if I said I've never played GTA 5 ever?
Never, ever.
You've never ever played GTA 5?
No.
Wow.
And ironically, I could have got it free on Xbox at least twice, and I've just never bothered with it.
Isn't it back on Game Pass again?
It's back on Game Pass,
isn't it?
Again, and I still haven't played it.
There you go. It's one of your streams where you play Sonic and see what all the fuss is about.
I probably will. It will probably happen.
I mean, that would be a great VIP stream. You could host races on that, death matches.
True.
Oh yeah, there's so much in the multiplayer.
I mean, it's insane. The online is insane on GTA 5.
I think it was always the fact that I thought, right, I'll do the story, but I've heard the game's so big. I just thought, I've got too many games that I haven't done, and blah blah blah. I might come up. That's a good point. At the moment, it's not cross-platform, so that would be an issue. Okay, which is fair enough.
The loading screens as well. I bet they still take about a year to load. So
allegedly, even though apparently those are supposed to be totally eradicated in these new versions, allegedly, we'll have to see. That was the rumours. Hello, Sammy. Good to see you. Hello, Duron. Welcome. Good to see you both. Thank you for joining in. We will go swiftly on, because we've only done 5 games and we've got 24 to get through, and we've still got an hour and 10 minutes. So this show's going on till 2 o'clock in the morning, ladies and gents. Woo! Let's go.
Let's get it.
Our next game is a game that is out on Switch and Xbox One. Completely different tone to Bomberman. More story-driven game. Let's have a look at this one. If this is the one I've got correct, I'll probably said completely the wrong thing. Let's have a look at the trailer. See what on earth I'm talking about. I think I've got this right. This is Mutazione. There you go. That is Mutazione. Probably our longest possibly our second longest trailer of tonight. So there you go. Going to do the new Elder Scrolls one that goes on for 20 minutes later, just to keep you awake. Big Jesse was like, "Wake me up when it's done." Sammy was like, "I would honestly play this." Joran's already coming in with the score 7.5 out of 10 because he is the talk show king. Another artsy game. Let me guess, an 8-9 out of 10. Stephen's like, nope. There we go, Hunter. To be honest, that looks more like an ad than the game. I was within it for say to please donate this number. There you go. Dave, I'm going to start with you. This obviously was originally a PC game, and now it's come to Switch and Xbox One. Mm-hmm. What are your thoughts on it?
I thought it looks interesting. It's got a sort of artsy weirdness to it. Looks like there's a mysterious undertone to the way some of the music was going. It's just the sort of thing I do quite like playing. It sort of gives you that sort of Twin Peaks type vibe when you got those mysteries in the small town. So I'd consider having a look at it. Yeah, looks like an interesting little adventure game.
Okay, Panda.
I mean, I'm with Big Jesse on this one. Like, wake me up when it's over. I did not enjoy that trailer. The game just looked more colours. It looks more like a 6-7-year-old would kind of get along and play that. I didn't really understand the whole concept and the aim of the game. Like, is there a story to that, or is it just exploring like an island? Or like you could see that you could create your own sort of area. Like you could edit like trees and flowers and that kind of stuff, which I kind of find was like a cool aspect to the game. But in my opinion, the game doesn't really have a story. It doesn't really have like a flow to it. It's just like you're plonked on an island. These are a bunch of random people, and there you go. I don't know. It's not a game for me. Not a game for me, unfortunately.
Okay. Let's have some chat. Give us some scores. What you think this has got. Be interesting to see what people think of this. Dave, what do you reckon this got?
Oh, I'm going to go for 8.
You're going for an 8. Panda?
I'm going to be generous, and I'm going to give it a 7.
Okay.
And that's very generous from me.
Okay. Let us know what you think in the chat. Hunter's going for a -8. But that's the first time we've ever had a minus score on, so that's cool. Jesse's going for a generous 5. So, as I say, this came out Wednesday last week. So it's only about a week old on Switch and Xbox One. Little Panda says, don't know what it's about. It didn't tell us. Very true. Steve's going to go it for a 5. Brace yourself. Zenkai pretty much called it. Sammy's saying going to give it an 8 out of 10. Because it looks all artsy and that, it got 9 out of 10.
What?
I could not find a bad review anywhere. 9 out of 10.
I'll be the first bad review for that.
Okay.
What's the game about? What is the game about?
Hunter's like,
oh, wow.
No way! But yeah, 9 out of 10. Is it? Am I going to give anything away about saying that? Actually, no, I might as well say it. That is our highest scoring game that we're going to talk about.
All downhill from here then.
Downhill from here, yeah.
Down here.
Just nothing but shite content. Moving forward now, ladies and gentlemen. There you go. We're going to move swiftly on. How much did they pay for them reviews? I have no idea. They didn't pay us. I don't review it. I just get the scores in. We're moving on. Something completely different again. This is the first of 2 Warhammer games that we're going to talk about. So this is the more traditional Warhammer. This is, let me get this right, Warhammer Age of Sigmar Stormground. Why they make these titles so long, I will never know. Here we go. Let's check out the trailer, and then we'll have a chat about this. I will say one thing. This is going to be very different to the other Warhammer game that we're going to show later on. And this one, I am not as excited about. I'm more excited about the other one, but here we go.
It must be done. The time for strategy has passed. In the God King's name. Ashes to ashes. I will break their lines!
Let the honor be shared.
Take them!
Unbowed, unbroken, we will take back what the dead have ravaged.
There you go, folks. So that is Warhammer, Age of Signal. Stephen Wilton, thank you so much for the follow. Got him. Thank you for the follow. Appreciate that. Welcome to the channel. Yeah, so I know a lot of people, I mean, Gray's just said, I love Warhammer, this kind of thing. Not my particular kind of game, but I know a lot of people will love this, especially as it's going to be, it's getting the next gen treatment. It's out on PS5 for all the Xboxes, PC, and Switch. Came out Thursday last week. Warhammer. What the fuck is a Warhammer? We'll find out. And Hunter. Oh, hang on. To press the button. Not sure if it's just because the advert a minute ago, but I like the look of that. There you go. Little Panda. I'm going to start with you. You into Warhammer?
I mean, I've never played Warhammer. I believe it's a PC game. Isn't it a PC game? I've never had a PC. Like, all I've got is a MacBook, basically, and my PS4. But it reminds me a lot of Path of Exile, and that is a game that I do very much enjoy on the PlayStation. In terms of like the whole dungeon, the raids, that kind of create your character, customize your cards, your weapons, etc. And then run around and fight all of these demons and creatures, and obviously bosses and things. I mean, it does look like a good game. It is something that I would be interested in. Obviously, providing I get my PC and I mean, I like it. I like the look of it. It does look good.
I mean, it's got a massive following, Warhammer. Loads of people play it. Stephen, don't worry. Appreciate the follow. UGL, hello. Welcome. Sammy says, I don't know about that one. Can't really see myself playing that. Hello, Professor Stork. Hello, Mick Oracle. Blimey. Well, hang on, Professor, you talking to yourself to Milk Oracle? That's confusing because I know that's your other account, so I'm just confused. But there you go. You're like waving at each other. It's really weird. There you go. Not big on games that are kind of pause fights and turn-based. Dave, are you a fan of this kind of stuff?
I quite like the Warhammer universe. I always prefer Warhammer 40k a bit more. Used to paint the models for those. I was back in school. Good fun that was. Yeah. Played a few of the Warhammer games over the years. Not so much standard Warhammer, more the 40k ones, as I say. It looks okay from the trailer. It didn't show a huge amount of like the normal gameplay. I could gather it's like an RTS, and it sounds like it's a turn-based RTS. I've never been a huge fan of turn-based stuff. I prefer more real-time RTS things like say a Command and Conquer type game. I'll be more into that sort of style. So it's probably not going to grab me, this one.
Okay. We can officially just announce that Milk Oracle is the original Milk Oracle. Professor Stork is not Milk Oracle. And if you need any milk advice, there you go, just in case.
Cool.
Might as well put your favourite flavour of milkshake in the chat. Why the fuck not? Let's do it. UGL, no worries, mate. Great to see you. Great to see you. Thank you for being here.
Just a quick question. Is that Warhammer? Is that anything to do with Dungeons and Dragons, D&D?
In a way,
part of D&D or right?
It's originally a tabletop game.
It's a tabletop game,
okay.
So it's its own separate entity in that respect, but it's based around that. But then they've gone more like what's the bloody hell? The one, I can't think of it now, but it's been going for years. PC game,
League of Legends.
Done by Blizzard.
Oh, you're thinking Warcraft?
Yeah, Warcraft. Right. It's like, if you think about that, Warcraft's been going for many, many years, and that's based on things. So there you go. Paul keeps losing connection. Don't worry, mate. Just hang in there. Discord. Discord, are you still there, dudes? Let me know in the chat. While we're doing that, I'll explain what I'm going to do in a minute while we're doing that. So what do we reckon this got out of 10? I'm going to start with Little Panda, and then I'll explain what I need Discord to do.
Seeing that obviously Warframe has such a big background, as in following base, I'm probably going to say that's an 8 out of 10.
Okay. Zenkai's going for a 7. Dave, what do you reckon?
I'm going for a 7 as well.
Okay. Hunter's going for a 6. You got a game. Hope you're all right, mate. I know your thing's freezing. wondered. I like doing this because I like teasing people with this. How do you fancy being a VIP? Let us know in the chat, and I'll explain any more. While the score's coming in, Hunter's going for a 6. I can tell you this got a 7 out of 10. 7 out of 10. Steve says 8.5. It got decent scores. Big Jesse saying 8. A lot of people going with the higher scores, but yeah, 7 out of 10. This has got. As I say, came out Thursday last week. PS4, 5, all the Xboxes, PC, and Switch. If you love your Warhammer, go get it. Next one. We like playing Sea of Thieves. We have seen some Sea of Thieves clones. This isn't a Sea of Thieves clone, but I guess if people like pirate games, this is something that people are going to like. This is more of a strategy game and also procedurally generated levels. This is called King of Seas. This came out literally Tuesday last week. Let's have a look at the trailer, see what we think. Here we go.
Set sail at dawn, sunny winds in the morn as we hunt for buried treasure. Let the ship next door go and wage their war, let them all bow down in terror. We'll fight against the tides of fate, the gold is ours, we cannot wait. So sing all night and chant all day, for we're the King of Seas. Sent to quest and face that test our thirst grows for adventure. Let our battles rage, this is our stage, for we'll never surrender. We'll crush them all until they're just our mighty swords. We'll always trust, we live for the thrill of the hunt. For we're the King of Seas.
There you go, King of Seas, which is my best way of describing this, and I'm probably going to insult people, is like a tabletop version of Sea of Thieves, but with more RPG elements. Yes, and Discord's reminded me that when we do our Sea of Thieves stream on Friday, unfortunately, I've got to get drunk. Because I've got to do a forfeit after the Minecraft stream on Saturday. So I'm going to be,
made you sing.
I'm going to be like a proper pirate. I'm going to be hammered. Oh dear, never mind. So we'll see how we go.
As long as you're not sick all over your controller, mate, you'll be all right.
No, I should be.
There you go.
It'll be fine.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, it'll be fine. Don't really like tactical games, Stephen says. Yeah, we'll see. Thoughts, Dave? I'll start with you because I know you play Sea of Thieves. What do you think of this?
Yeah, I mean, you couldn't help but be reminded of the Sea of Thieves looking at this, could you? There's certain bits of the art style, especially like looking at the rocks, the cliffs, it really reminds you of Sea of Thieves. I think it's going to get some unfavourable comparisons with that. It looks okay. I don't know if I'd really be bothered about playing, this style of game, to be quite honest. I mean, one thing for Paul News in the chat, though, it does include fishing, so that might sell it for him. He'll probably be all over it now.
That's it.
He'll probably never stop playing it.
I think given the choice, I'd stick with Sea of Thieves. I wouldn't bother switching over to this one.
Yeah. Old boy G, thank you very much for the raid. Really appreciate it. Good to see you. Hope you're well. Let's have a look. Well, Professor Stork says, woo. Oh, hang on. Things are going quicker than I can. We'll try it, but it'll be one I played to make time go by. I think that's probably a good thing. Did you catch Mitchell's question? Limbo was laughing at that. There you go. Shout out for old boy G. Sexy wrestler. Great insight there, Panda.
Thanks, buddy.
There you go.
Thanks, bud.
Nice. Hello, sexy, by the way. You're right, fella. So, yeah. Let's get some hype for old boy G. Thank you very much. Really appreciate that. Good to see you. Yeah, Paul Newton. Why am I not surprised? Fishing? I'm in. Maybe that's a game I'll play without him, but we'll see. We'll see. So what do we reckon this got? King of Seas, which is out on PS4, Xbox One, PC, and Switch. Came out Tuesday last week. Scores on the doors. Say in the chat what you reckon this got out of 10. Dave, going to start with you.
I'm going to go for 7.
Okay. Little Panda?
Oof, I would probably go for 7.5. I mean, I would definitely get that game as well. Going from obviously PlayStation because I don't have Sea of Thieves, which is Xbox exclusive.
Yeah.
So from that, my eagerness would probably give it a 7.5.
Okay, lots of scores coming in, lots of 7s, lots of 6s. I could tell you it got. Don't know why I did a trumpet thing first time we've done it. See how it goes. 6.5 average.
6.5. Wow.
So everyone who said 6, you're right. Everyone who said 7, you're right, because it sits in the middle. There you go. So there you go. And please rate my trumpet playing out of 10 as well. Might as well. I won't take offence if you thought it was shit. I love it. Got to keep the trumpet sound. Thank you. There you go. Might be a permanent fixture. Who knows? Bit like the mag shuffle, which we did on the last show. The mag swag. We'll bring that back, don't we? You know, got to try new things, haven't you? There you go. And Hunter's like, and I'm still wrong. It's probably exactly what he's doing right now. Right. Another complete change of pace. This game I was quite excited for. That's all I'm going to say about it. Everything about it is wrong. So that probably says a lot about me. This is a game that was supposed to come out last year. It was announced last year, but then got delayed. But has finally come out. Actually came out back on Thursday the 20th. So nearly 2 weeks ago. This is, wait for it, ladies and gentlemen, Just Die Already. There you go. Just Die Already. Any game that has an old man pissing in the garden has got to be its worth its weight in gold, really, I think. So basically, this is a sandbox game where you basically have a list of tasks to do, which will basically just try and kill you. Think of games like Goat Simulator because the physics are basically fucked in it. But you just find funny ways to kill yourself. It is cross-platform, again, and as you can see, there's a PvP version of it. Look, here we go. Well, I was about to say, what a great game to play with my kids until the blood spatter. Yeah, and probably the pissing, full frontal nudity. Don't play it with the kids. This has put a big smile on my face, this Big Jesse. I'm sold on this right now, Hunter Killer. Is Mag going to be a playable character? Possibly, because I am an old bastard. So there you go. And I do like to flip the finger a couple of times. So there you go. We'll see. This game looks like me on Fortnite. You're like a fat man who can't say no to cream cakes. There you go. It just seems like I'm saying no to everything. That's fine. You could do that. Moonlight. I'll tell you what, Moonlight, first 3 games we showed, Moonlight was like, no. But it's cool. You're allowed your opinion. It's cool. You won't get judged whether you love it or hate it or don't know anything about it. It's absolutely cool. It's absolutely fine. So, Just Die Already, an old bastard simulator sandbox where you will just... No, we won't judge, Professor. Behave. Where you basically just go around and fucking kill yourself. Yeah, I know. Look, am I kidding? Be careful. You start saying jokes like that, I'll have to bring the trumpet back out. So, yeah. Dave, were you a fan of Goat Simulator? And are you happy to see a game that's now replaced the goats with old pissing people?
You know what? I never played Goat Simulator. Never got around to it. This one looks all right, though. I don't think it's going to be something I'd play on my own. But get a group of mates together and online, it'd be great fun. Get some drinks involved as well, even better.
Yeah.
I think you know what you're getting with it. Just brutal mayhem.
Yep, definitely. Panda?
I mean, it's one of them games. It is what it is. Like, it is what you get. That is it. But it does remind me an awful lot about Goat Simulator, and that was a fun game. That was a very, very fun game. So I mean, a mixture between Fortnite and Goat Simulator, and then this is what you get. This is it. Like, I think it looks amazing. I'm definitely down to play that on stream. Grab a couple of guys in, like obviously Dave said, couple of beers, couple of drinks, enjoy your evening, and then that's it. Like definitely seems like a good game to me.
Get fucked up and then fuck up the old people as well.
Quite literally. Have a piss in the grass as well if you need it. But
yeah, I'm trying this 100%. Do you know what? I love Goat Simulator. Like you, Panda. I love it. I've got quite a few of the DLCs. It's just great fun. Lots of people hated it. Discord says, "Will all three of us dab?" Which way are we going? We got.
I mean, I'm gonna go that way.
I'm gonna go that. Shit, that's that way then, isn't it?
That's
all
that
right.
way. That's that way.
That's that way. Yeah, because it's reverse. All right, go on. Watch us fuck this up. 3, 2, 1.
How was that?
Only with a bunch of people I know. There you go. Yeah, only playing with a bunch of people you know.
There we go.
So yeah, I would stream this, and I could see this being a game. Especially again, it's cross-platform. As I say, it's out on all the PlayStations, all the Xboxes, Switch, and PC. But what do we think it got? Thank you, Discord, for clipping that. What do we think this scored out of 10, ladies and gentlemen? Say it in the chat. Panda, because you're a fan of Goat Simulator, what do you reckon?
I'm going to give this one an 8.
Okay.
I'm going to rate it highly on an 8 just because it seems like a Goat Simulator type of model. Yeah.
Okay. Dave?
I'll go for 7.5.
7.5. Okay. Hello, Maddox, by the way. Great to see you. I'll give that 11, but I'll say 7.5. Right. Well, do you know what? Just as Zenkai says, what the fuck do critics know? Got a 5 out of 10.
Fuck.
Really? That low?
They basically said it is pretty much not unplayable, but the mechanics are such an arse to learn that because you're trying to do tasks and trying to do stuff, you end up getting yourself killed in different ways. Which is funny as first. It's funny at first. Yeah, that's what I was trying to say. I'm speaking English. It is my native language. Just checking. Thank you. I should be able to come up with more sentences later in the show. But the thing is, once you keep dying for reasons that you don't want to die for, sweet. Thanks for the heads up. Hello, Chelsea. When you're trying to get yourself killed in a more funnier way, but you keep dying of ways, it gets a bit infuriating, especially because it's that thing. But if you love all the reviews I've said, if you love Goat Simulator and you don't give a fuck about where your character's flying off to, then you will love this. So we are going to play that on this channel. I'll tell you right now, that's going to happen. It could even be a VIP stream, I think.
I think you should. I think you make that VIP, definitely.
I think that's going to happen. We'll see. Didn't know you could speak other languages. It's funny, neither did I. In fact, I can't speak one language, let alone any others. So there you go. So yeah, 5 out of 10, unfortunately, but who cares what the critics say? As I said, that came out Thursday, the 20th of May. So nearly 2 weeks ago. PS4 and 5, Xbox, Switch, and PC. Right, changing the tone again. A game that has come out on the same day as this, on PC and Xbox One only. Another story-driven game. This is not to be confused with the Nicolas Cage film, but this is The Wild at Heart. Let's have a look at the trailer and see what people think. There you go, folks. So that is The Wild at Heart. which I say out on PC and Xbox. And if you've got Game Pass, you can play it free right now on both PC and Xbox. What are our thoughts on this? I'm going to start with Panda on this one.
I'm a little bit unsure, you know. I mean, it looks good. The whole graphics, the colors, the animation, the way that it moves, etc. Does look really interesting. But I just can't see myself playing that game. It just doesn't. It's not a game that grabs me. Like, I'm not more of. I'm not too over keen on the adventurous type of games. Like, I prefer more FPS or racing games or anything like that. But it's just something just doesn't look right for me, unfortunately.
Dave, your thoughts on it?
It didn't really grab me what it showed in the trailer. It didn't look particularly exciting. As Little Panda said, the art style all looks really nice. Can't fault that at all. But it's just gameplay-wise, didn't really grab me at all. No, not what I'm going to play. Even though it's on Game Pass, there's plenty of other stuff on there I'd play instead. I think I'd rather go back and watch the Nick Cage film.
When he was a good actor, or when he was not playing the same character he does in every film. See, getting mixed feelings in the chat. Professor's like, I would love to play this. Some people are like, not really my kind of thing. Gecko, hello Chelsea, by the way. Great to see you. Hope you had a good old day. Gray's like, I bet it gets an 8. Stephen, I'm going to go with what Panda and Dave said. That's cool. Oh my God, Nicolas Cage. I know. Just Nicolas Cage. There you go. Terrible impression, but there you go. What scores do we reckon it got, Panda?
I'm going straight out with 6. 6 out of 10 on that one.
Dave?
I'll go with 7.
Okay. Let's have it in the chat. Hunter's going for an 8. And a few others. I don't know if you got to learn the game is still here. I think we lost him because his thing was freezing. But if he is here, pop in and say hello. There's a reason why. Oh, we've missed you, Chelsea. Bless you. 8's coming in. Big Jesse. I expect it's an 8. But for me, it's a 6. Chelsea's a 7. Gecko 6.5. Stephen 9. Stephen, you asked a question. Did you mean what do we use to do this show? Is that your question? I didn't quite understand the question. Let me know. I'll answer that. 7.5 out of 10.
Wow.
Is the average. So weirdly, not as high a score as that other game, but I think this looks prettier than that other game. But there you go. So that's Wild at Heart on PC and Xbox. Came out on Thursday, the 20th of May. If you've got Game Pass, it's free. Go check it out. Quickly moving on to some more news, because Christ, we've not got long of the show and we're not even halfway through. Summer Games Fest is here. It's June. Now, normally, summer is a shit time for games. But because of COVID, the one good thing about COVID is all the games got postponed. So nearly all the decent games are coming out over the summer, which is great. And to kick things off, Summer Games Fest, which is a big online thing, starts on June the 10th. That's literally days away. And they're doing loads of different showcases. So you can expect all your different indie, big name, AAA titles to be announced. Obviously, one big thing, that news story that came out last week is for the first time ever, but it's no surprise this is happening, Xbox and Bethesda are doing a joint showcase as part of E3, because E3 is included in this. Sony are doing completely their own thing out of E3, but we've seen lots of other people doing stuff. Ubisoft are doing their thing. Loads going on. I will be streaming. God help me. I need to find out what times it's on. The 4 days that E3 are on, I am going to be doing live reactions to all the E3 press conferences. So I'll probably be on at 4 o'clock in the morning. I'll be no fucker watching. But if you fancy a laugh and looking how knackered I am, then come and watch me do that. But Summer Games Fest is worth checking out. Kicks off on June the 10th. And they are announcing, what's interesting, they've already announced some of the big games. So some of the big games are going to be announced on the opening thing before even some of the other showcases go live. We don't know what's going to be announced, but we can have guesses there. So watch out for announcements on my channel. I am going to be doing live reactions to all the announcements. I wish I'd done it when they did the original Cyberpunk, because I probably would have weed myself when Keanu Reeves came out. And then a year later, shat myself because the game was so shit. There you go. So moving on, folks. More games. Now, this is an interesting concept. Will it work? Will it won't? This is a game based on an album.
Oh,
that's all I'm going to say about this. This game, the music's been written for this game especially, and it's based around it. This is called Of Bird and Cage. This came out also on Thursday the 20th. It's out on PC and Switch. Let's check out the trailer, see what people think, and let us know what you think of the music as well. Here we go.
You like birds, don't you?
The pain that I suffered, the scorn and the lies can give me wings, give me wide open skies. The smoke screen has cleared, I have opened my eyes. No more change.
Mom, it stopped moving.
Tell me again, I am lost in my mind. Tell me again that I haven't no blood. And tell me again I am lost in my mind. I am lost. I'm here. It's gone.
So basically, a concept metal album has been turned into a game. Is it going to work? As you see, there's people from like Guns N' Roses and that have contributed to it. So they've got some big name people in rock. But yeah, I mean, a lot of people are just looking really confused in the chat. This looks like a creepy game. By the way, Gecko, I love the year 3000 thing. Busted. There you go. This is definitely a no from me. Says, great. Gecko 0 out of 10. This is not pulling me in. So is this Escape the Nonce, the game? It looks shit. I'm confused. They should have just kept this as a Spotify music video and left us alone. Oh, it's one of those relationships. It looks like a Nintendo 64 game. Everyone's like, just what the fuck is this? Dave, start with you. What the fuck is this?
Oh, it's hard to tell from that. I mean, the music sounded good, but I wasn't too sure about some of the gameplay bits we saw. It didn't look like anything particularly great. From what I was reading about it earlier, it's sort of a very sort of loose Beauty and the Beast type thing. You make your character is like a drug addict trying to escape the mental anguish from a partner. So it's a nice, cheery story.
Yeah,
yeah, happy.
So I don't know. It's interesting thing. I think it's only about 2 hours long, so it's not going to take you long to get through it. Might be all right. If you like the music, you'll probably just enjoy that.
Yeah,
it's like the games it is.
We'll see. Panda, your thoughts?
I mean, in the beginning, it seemed to be like a little bit of like a horror, scary type of game, that type of genre. But it reminded me an awful lot of Heavy Rain, but like more of a dulled down version. How it was more like you walk to this, you press A or F or whatever, mouse or keyboard, that type of stuff, and then you just follow like a storyline type of thing. But yeah, like obviously, like Dave said, it doesn't look like it's going to be a long game. I reckon you'll be able to complete that within probably a day, maybe 2 day sitting type of thing. So yeah, we'll see. We'll see if it picks up.
We'll see how it goes.
Yeah.
It's funny. A lot of people going, "Oh shit, yeah, a game you can't stream because probably copyright." Yeah, I don't know how that's going to work. What is interesting, funny enough, me saying about Summer Games Fest, I forgot to say, anyone who's familiar with the band Weezer, and I like Weezer, they're going to perform a song to open the Summer Games Fest, which they're then going to give to people for free, and they can stream on Twitch, and there'll be no copyright.
Wow.
Cool. Which is cool. So that's how they're opening Summer Games Fest, is be a copyright-free song done by Weezer. So that's cool. I just hope it don't fucking suck. Let's just hope it's a good song. Most of their songs are great. I just hope it's not one that they've gone, oh, we couldn't be asked to put this on an album. So fingers crossed. But we'll see. What scores did we think this got this end for this weird metal concept game thing. Panda?
I mean, personally, I want to give it a 7.5, but knowing obviously like the background and things like that, I could probably say a 6.5. But yeah.
Okay, Professor goes 6.4. Big Jesse generous 4. Paul Newton 2. Ooh. Jesus, Dave, what do you reckon?
I'm gonna guess a 7.
Going for a 7.
Yeah,
Guy's going for 4.
A 7 for it.
Gecko says 0. Hunter's going for a -15. That's now officially the lowest score we've ever done. It gets a 6 out of 10. They basically said it would have been better just staying as an album rather than a game, and it uses too many mechanics that have been seen in other games, and those games have just done it far better. Yeah. So it's just okay. So there you go. To be honest, anything above a 0 is generous. There you go. Never going to play it. There you go. Fair enough. Again, this is such a mixed bag of games. Something very different. Have you ever wanted to own a casino?
Yes.
Well, good. I'm glad you said that, because here we go. This is Grand Casino Tycoon. Let's have a look at the trailer and see what you think of this casino management game.
Have you ever wanted to be an infamous casino magnate? Now you can. Welcome to Vegas. Of course, you will start small, but in the end, build a glamorous, profitable casino. Just look at all the nice things to build to motivate your guests to spend a little extra. And there's always room for improvement, but for that, you will have to uncover what they want. There will be the types that like buzzing slot machines, and the types that can't stand the noise, resulting in unhappy guests. I mean, this eats into our profits, but I'm sure you'll find a way to manipulate. Ask your guests nicely to stay out of each other's way. And when all is in place, start milking them. Why not add some alcohol to their drinks to loosen their wallets? Or increase the price of games to optimize our income. Hell, we can even make them pay for using the toilet. You see, there are multiple ways to success. Now, expand, get more guests, and build the glamorous, profitable casino you always wanted. The house always wins.
There you go. Now, Zenkai said something which is very, very true, saying, didn't I see this in the Google Play Store? Yes, it was actually a mobile game, started out, and now it's come out on PC. This came out Thursday the 20th. Lots of people saying, let me at the cards table. I said, yeah. I'm just quickly going for it. Hello, Benja. How you doing? Good to see you. Good to see you. A couple of people saying, yeah, this looks good. But Big Jesse was saying, yeah, this is on the N64. No. Oh, yeah, this looks good. Might be amusing, but I don't know. Not sure about this one. Getting mixed feelings in the chat. Dave, would you fancy being a casino owner?
Oh, I tried being a casino owner, but I just didn't really like the look of the game. Graphics-wise, just didn't appeal to me at all. It just looks a bit shit, really. When you compare it to like something else, like say, 2 Point Hospital, that looks shitloads better than this. This is really basic animations, basic colours. It just didn't look like a particularly great game to me. There's better Tycoon type games out there. I think I'd skip this one and play one of the others. Fair
enough. Panda?
I mean, for everyone out there that loves playing The Sims, I can definitely say that this would be a good game for you. It gives me a load of vibes from The Sims, just all of The Sims basically. And yeah, like I've always wanted to own my own casino. I love playing the Tycoon games. I remember playing the hotel one. They've done a hotel. They've done a roller coaster one, a zoo. Yeah. I mean, I had it on Nintendo DS all the way up to obviously the free online PC version, to the disc copy when I was back at school. I love the games. For me, that's a definite yes, like 100%. I can't wait for that game to come out, or for it to be out so I can get it.
So I wonder what score it's going to get then, because there's some people that would be hardcore and would really love this, but as people have said, it don't look that great, and that I'll stick to playing games like this on my phone when I'm on a train. That's fair.
Yeah.
Let us know in the chat what you think this got. Panda, you seem quite keen on this. So what would you give this?
Yes, I would probably give that a 7. And that's a comfortable 7. Very comfortable.
Okay. Dave?
I'd give it a 6.
Okay, Hunter's going to give it a 2. I was surprised you didn't do a minus figure. Jesse's giving it a 5. Zenkai says probably a 6.5. So let me just check this. Just got to check something. Yeah. Oh no, it's not actually. No, probably our second lowest scoring game because obviously Die already got a 5. This got a 5.5 out of 10.
Wow.
It just didn't convert very well from a phone game to PC. And they said that some of the, whereas in strategy games like this, you're set certain tasks and you're given a leeway for it to either go wrong or right. The leeway is set so hard on this. If you fuck something up, you've had it.
Done.
Yeah. So
I mean,
that was, it just makes it not that much fun, unfortunately. So there you go. Right. 5.5 for that. That's out on PC. Came out on Thursday, the 20th of May. That is Grand Casino Tycoon. If you're into that sort of thing, go check it out. Hello, Diva. Hope you're well. Thanks for coming in. Here we go. Here's another one. We're blazing through this. I've just got one question for you on this. You're going to see how cheesy I get with this. Do you want to survive? And everyone's like, what the fuck? Here you go. Short, sharp, to the point. That is Do You Want to Survive, which is out on Switch and PC. Came out on Friday, the 21st of May. Thoughts on this one? I'm going to let anyone go first. We'll just blaze through these now.
Nah, it's not a sort of game that I would play. It just doesn't look entertaining for me, to be honest with you. I'm not really over keen on the whole 2-dimensional sort of pixelated camera, that kind of stuff. That's no, not anything for me, unfortunately.
Okay, Dave.
I'd be more interested if it was a straight action game instead of a turn-based one.
Yeah,
I don't mind the pixelated graphics going for like the retro sort of NES look. Don't mind that, but it's not really interesting turn-based ones.
Okay, that's cool. What do we reckon? We'll go quick scores with this. We are going to blast through. I'm very conscious of time. Next couple of games I'm going to blast through. I want to try and cram everything. I reckon we're going to finish in about 50 minutes time. Just saying. So there you go.
I'll just say a 7 for the next lot, and then just read the scores out now.
I'll go.
You might not be far off with some of them.
Do you know what? I'll go 6.
Go for a 6. Loads of people saying 6. It looks so complicated, not immersive at all. 6, 5s. I can tell you it got a 8.5.
Hey?
Really?
Yeah.
That got an 8.5. Wow.
8.5. I know.
Wow.
Loads of people going 6.5. This show makes no sense. All the scores are fucked up on the show this week. There you go. That's Wanna Survive, a turn-based zombie horror game out on Switch and PC. Came out Friday 21st. Gets an 8.5. Now, a game that came out last summer, which was pretty much on all formats, but the only format it didn't come out on was Switch, but it's finally made it, is Manhunter. So we're going to play the trailer for that. This came out Tuesday last week. Here is the trailer for Manhunter on Nintendo Switch. Here we go. There you go. That is We've got some short trailers now. This is good. It's speeding up. Manhunter. This actually is now available on Game Pass. It came out free on Game. Came out on Xbox last year, free on Game Pass, literally 2 weeks ago. Basically, as one of the things says, it's not Echo the Dolphin. It's anything but you attack boats, you eat people, you eat other sharks. Guys, thoughts? Go for it.
I mean, I've been wanting to get this game for a very long time now. A very long time. It looks so much fun. It definitely looks like a game that you could just sit and chill on your own and play. But yeah, I'll probably rate that 7.5.
Okay. Dave?
Yeah, I might have a blast at it since it's free on Game Pass. Well, I think I picked it up on PS Plus a month or two ago. I'm sure it was on there as well.
Probably was, yeah.
It seems to be around most places I have a blast at. Well, I'll have a look at it and see. It's a bit different playing a shark. I haven't done that before.
Yeah, I definitely want to give this a go. Zenkai's played this. So it's a great game. Gives it 8 out of 10.
You can evolve so much in that game.
Yeah,
you can evolve. Like there's so many different abilities and attributes that you can do with it. It's a good game. It is a good game.
I'll have a look at it. I guess a 7 then.
You're going to give it a 7 because I'll say, bearing in mind this is the Switch version. So get your scores in. Zenkai's going for 8. Jesse with 8. Hunter Killer 6.5. Benjamice with an 8. I can tell you now for the Switch version, gets a solid but not amazing 7 out of 10.
Yeah,
which is fair. It's gone down to a handheld thing, but I think it got better reviews when it was on the other consoles and PC. So that's Maneater. Check it out. Came out Tuesday last week on Nintendo Switch. Is out on all other things, and as I said, I think it's free on PlayStation and Xbox at the moment. So go check it out. Another little bit of news. I'm going to cram through this. Any Final Fantasy fans here?
I like Final Fantasy VII Remake.
There you go.
I haven't replayed the others.
We got one. Let us know in the chat if you're Final Fantasy. So some interesting things that are coming out now. We know that Final Fantasy 16 is going to be announced. It's coming, ladies and gents. So if you're fans of that, plus there's going to be some more remakes been announced. But the most interesting one is fresh off the bat of doing the Ninja Gaiden remakes. Team Ninja are going to do a Final Fantasy game which is like Dark Souls.
Oh, okay.
So a very different Final Fantasy game. They've announced they've got the licensing for it. That's what they're going to do it. They're going to show it off at E3, which we were talking about earlier. So look out for that. Guys, what are your thoughts on that? Because that's a very different style of game.
Well, if it does it in the sort of Dark Souls style that Jedi Fallen Order did, where it's a bit more Souls light, if you like, I'll probably be up for that. I've tried playing, the proper ones, the proper Dark Souls, Demon Souls. I can only get so far before it starts to beat me. But I could do Jedi Fallen Order. I had no trouble with that one. So if it was that style, I'd play it.
I mean, I've never played it, but Dark Souls I have, and Dark Souls is an amazing game. It's definitely like a grind. You'll die a lot, but you'll get quite far if you put the time and put the effort into the game. And I mean, if Final Fantasy is doing something like similar to obviously Dark Souls, then sign me up. I'll give it a go. I'll definitely grab a copy and have a little go at it.
There you go. I like one of the Final Fantasy games, but there's so many I can't remember which. I assume 16 is a collab with Fast and Furious 27. Probably. That's probably the Fast and Furious where they go to the moon, but then they find Atlantis. I don't know. I've given up trying to work them out. Like some people, I've got a mixed reaction. I played some of the Final Fantasy games and loved them. I played other ones and absolutely hated them. I have a very mixed relationship with them. But this has piqued my interest, so we'll see what gets announced. We've only got to wait a couple of weeks to find out exactly what this game's going to be like. So we'll see. Moving on with more... if I turn my notes over. Moving on to more... Now, there's a game... We always get really weird titles for games, but this possibly could win the title for best weirdest name of a game ever in the 26 episodes of this show. And the name of that game, get ready for it, ladies and gentlemen, is An Airport for Aliens Currently Run by Dogs. Let's check out the trailer for this one, because I have no freaking clue what it's on about.
You're at an airport, an alien airport run by stock photo dogs, and your fiance is in another airport across the galaxy. So you get a ticket. 50 tickets if you want. And to use your ticket, you need to find your gate. You're surrounded by a language that you don't understand. But you do understand dogs. You pet dogs. You pet every dog at every time with infinite hands because you can. Take infinite amounts of money out of the ATMs because dogs don't care about money. They just want everyone to be happy. This universe is full of creatures that want things. Cats that want vengeance, bears with secrets, planes haunted by horses. That web of wants and needs is what keeps you going. It's founded on love. The pure love of dogs and love between you and your fiancée, Krista, meeting each other across galaxies of transit. This is what it looks like when the airport for aliens is currently run by dogs.
So all I can say about this is this is not a piss take. Anyone who watches Rick and Morty and when they watch Interdimensional Cable, it's like that. It's two brothers running from a Spanish Armada. But wait, there's aliens and there's more and there's this and then wait, but there's this. That is exactly what this fucking game is. I swear, it's just absolutely nuts. I think they made this using the paint thing that's free on every PC. I think they did.
Do you know what?
Someone's Fight My Drink.
I feel like this game was definitely created by like a year 7, year 8 at school, like doing like an IT project. It's definitely very, very basic. It's a basic concept of a game. Yeah, that's just my view on
it. Dave, your thoughts on it?
Oh, I'd just like to smoke some of the stuff the devs were clearly on when they came up with that.
Yeah.
That'll do me.
Yeah. I mean, pass that around a little bit, you know?
Oh, yeah.
This is really bizarre. This came out Tuesday last week. It's on all the Xboxes and PC. That's what it's come out on. I don't think it's on Game Pass. I don't know whether I want it to be on Game Pass, I'll be honest. Does this game come with free magic mushrooms? I don't know. Yes, it is so random. What do we think this got? And bearing in mind the way the scores have been going tonight, Jesus Christ, God help me. You're going for a 7, Panda?
Do you know what? The way the score's been going, I'm going to give it an 8. I don't know why. I'm just going to give it an 8.
Is this like the cough mixture episode of South Park where everyone was high and watching close up the dogs at one angle? Possibly. 6. Hunter's gone from minus figures to double figures. 99. This game was written because of magic mushrooms. I can tell you, fuck my life. 8.5.
Really? You wouldn't think it looking at that. Okay.
I mean, but there was other like better looking games previous to that got a lower score. That's crazy. That's crazy.
Can I just do something for 1 second? I'm just going to take people off camera just for a second. Thanks, and we're back. Sorry, I just needed that break for a second. So there we go. Yeah, that's a game about dogs in I don't give a fuck anymore. Let's move on to the next one. This actually looks quite fun. This was also out Tuesday, and it's actually got some decent graphics for a cartoon kind of style of thing. This is out on the Switch. Ever wanted to learn how to park a car properly? Well, this game is probably not going to teach you this. This is very, very Valet, out on the Nintendo Switch. Here we go. There you go. That is very, very Valet. Now, all I'm going to say is I really like the look of this because I like games like Overcooked, Moving Out, Total Reliable Delivery Service. Just, Discord's got that right. It's just a stupid game that you can play with some mates and have great fun on it. Take me back in time to a world of games and not rubbish. So I would give this a go. Lads,
I mean,
your opinions on this?
Feel free, Dave. Go on.
I'd give it a go. As you mentioned, it reminds you of Overcooked So if you enjoyed that, I think you're going to have some good fun with this one. Get a few mates round, all around the TV. A few drinks as well. Definitely going for drinks. That'll be good fun.
Definitely. See, I feel like it would be like a family game. Like if you got kids, sit down, you can all chill out, play that, not a problem. Yeah, it's great graphics. I mean, it looks fun. Definitely looks fun. So
family friendly.
Game.
Let's get the scores in the chat. What do we think? At the moment, it's only out on Switch. Fingers crossed it might come to other platforms, because I would actually seriously give this one a go. Guys, Dave, score out of 10?
I guess an 8.
Okay. Before
7.5.
7.5. Panda said I'd give it a go and see how far I can throw it. Buster Bunny, my 8-year-old, would like that. And Buster Bunny, thank you so much for the follow. Welcome to the stream. Paul Newton, 7.5. Benji, 7. Big Jesse, 7. Well, I could tell you, folks, you pretty much all bang on the mark. 7 out of 10 is what it gets.
Yeah.
So, decent. If you've got it, if you've got a Switch, it's worth getting. Hunter says 2 + 5 - 10. I'm not even going to bother trying to work it out. It's too far gone. So, out on Switch, came out Tuesday last week. There you go. Right, now, one that I know Dave's really been looking forward to.
Oh, it's 10 all the way, this one, isn't it?
This is going to be a high scoring one. Dave couldn't wait to play this one. Ladies and gentlemen, I bring to you Horse Club Adventures on Nintendo Switch. Just when you thought this show couldn't hit any lower, here we go.
3.
We always aim to lower the bar.
Constantly.
You look so beautiful, so lucky to be yours. Can you take me high? Ain't nobody like you. I'm not coming down. Ain't nobody like you. I could go 1,000 miles as long as I'm with you. Can you take me high? Ain't nobody like you.
The one game you always wished you have, ladies and gentlemen, Horse Club Adventures on Nintendo Switch.
It's definitely
Buster
my game.
Bunny says, yeah, Little Panda. Flip it up. I'll jump the buttons there. There you go. Little Panda's game. Hunter says, Dave, I bet you £10 it's not going to be a 10 out of 10.
You'd win that.
What the hell is going on? My daughter has this rubbish on her DS. Yeah, well, it was on DS and now they've done a reworked version for the Nintendo Switch. Please tell me this isn't on Xbox. No, it is not on Xbox. My wife will never let me have a go. No, you're safe. You are safe, Jesse. You can say what you want, but for the right audience, this looks like a great game. It's true. There's people that this will appeal to. This will appeal to.
Oh, yeah, we're not the target audience, not at all.
Really,
Yeah,
Dave? That shocks me.
100%.
Well, you think I'd want to play it, but not a fucking chance.
No.
Go, Panda. You could start.
Nah, just a no from me. I've got no words to explain it. It's just a no.
Okay.
I'm gonna have to give that probably 5.5.
Okay. All right. It's only on Switch, Hunter, so you'd be safe if you don't want to play it.
Be safe.
Yeah. Me neither. Dave, what are you giving it?
4.
Fucking hell. Okay. hang on. Bearing in mind, I told you that 5 was the lowest score we got this week, and you went to give it a 4.
You're still giving it a 4.
We should to get a lower. It's going to be a 7 then, ain't it?
Well, no, it's not. It got an 8 out of 10.
Oh, piss
really?
off. Oh my god, they got an 8 out.
It got an 8 out of 10. See, Big Jesse said, for most of the people here, it'll be a low scoring, but I would expect 7.5 out for the right people.
Wow.
I don't have a DS, sadly. Well, it's on Switch. So if you got a Switch, he's good at this, isn't he? Yeah, he's great. He knows this well. Oh, dear God. I don't think I could ever go over after that one.
There's only 2 right. Mate. You said 10.
You said 10, yeah. It's good. Now, recently, we had the new Oddworld game, which got very mixed reviews. As we know, it came out on PlayStation. Wasn't as big a hit as people were expected to be. However, they've taken some of the classic Oddworld games and, again, chucked them on the Switch. So, as you do, So will they come out all right, or will they be a load of shite? I'm a poet and I didn't know it. Is the Oddworld collection.
Peggy 12.
So there you go, folks. That is out on Nintendo Switch. That literally came out Thursday last week. There's 3 games in the collection. Hunter's basically said, bro, I love you, but if the next one is a boom shit score, I'm following you. That's fair, mate. That's fair. I'll probably never talk to you again if you do that. So there you go. Can someone wake me up when I could shoot stuff? There will be some. Trust me. We're getting close. We're getting close. Oh my God, I bloody love Abe. There you go, Zapian. Crap, man, I slapped my mate for recommending this rubbish to me when it was on PS1 or 2, some crap like that. Again, people get very, very mixed reviews on this, and the latest game did not set the world on fire. Guys, let's start with Panda. Your thoughts on this? Have you ever played any of these games?
I've never played it, but it does look interesting. It does look fun. I'm not going to lie. It would definitely be a game that I would try, but depending on the price, though, I wouldn't be paying like anything more than like 25, 30 quid, like more than that. If that makes sense. But I mean, it does look good. It does look like an interesting game, so I'm definitely willing to give it a go. Definitely.
Okay. All right, Dave, what do you reckon?
It looks okay. I did try the latest one, Soul, and I wasn't a fan of that, so I don't think I'd like the original one. Was it?
Abe's Odyssey.
Abe's Odyssey, yeah. I don't think I'd like that one because I didn't like that style. But I remember trying the Stranger's Wrath one, which is the FPS one, which Paul would like, because he's waiting for something where he could shoot stuff. Shoot plenty of stuff in that one. That one was pretty good. That's a shame. That's going to put it on his list. But that was quite a good FPS. Never tried the last one in there. Was it Abe's Odyssey? No, Munch's Odyssey.
Yeah, I've not heard of that one.
Never tried that one, but it looks like you got a decent mix of genres in there, so it's not the same game 3 times. Got a reasonable mix. It's just, I think for people who like Oddworld, they'll enjoy it. For me, I'd skip it because I didn't like Soulstorm. I tried it. I found it a bit shit.
Fair enough. Paul, it's highly unlikely that this will come to Xbox because they're normally PlayStation exclusives. It's just that they've managed to get the rights for the old games for the Nintendo Switch. Hunter Killers, I just see him walking along going, I'll buy that, 20 pence. Goes to CEX Exchange, walks along the road. Oh, hi there. There you go. Done. Job done. That's how that's going to work. So what do we reckon this got? Collection of 3 games on Nintendo Switch. 7 says Little Panda. Dave?
7.5.
7.5. Let's have it in the chat. Jesse says 7. Let's go, people. Give us scores. Paul Norton says balls. 7.5. All right, fuck it. We're going to move along. We're going to keep going. 7 out of 10 it is.
Got it again.
There you go. Little Panda celebrating. 20 because of the reviews. There you go. 6.5. I'll ask people earlier to get the scores in now because there you go. Don't worry. Right. Next little bit. What did I want to say? So, not going to show any clips from this because I didn't have 6 hours of footage that I wanted to show. However, there's been a couple of showcases that were announced last week. One of them, for all you PlayStation fans out there, there was, get this, a 6-hour live stream, I shit you not, for Horizon Forbidden West.
Ooh.
Right? Now, the actual showcase... Yeah. Now, this is the thing, because everyone was like, what? The actual showcase itself was actually only an hour, but that was an hour dedicated to the game. But they did a 5-hour pre-show. right? So the shortest clips I could get were about 20 minutes long. So I'm sure we will play some trailers on a future show. But just to say, it is looking rather awesome. Anyone that likes Horizon Zero Dawn, I'm sure they'll look at. Dave's having a look on Google now, going 6 hours. Trust me, go on IGN and others. There's a whole 6 hour stream. If it takes 6 hours to show a game, I'll give it a 1 out of 10. All I'm going to say is, out of all the showcases done this week, we will show more footage on a future game show, but I ain't going to give a lot of time to it. But anyone else played Horizon Zero Dawn and looking forward to this? Tell us in the chat. Panda,
Definitely.
Tell us your thoughts.
Definitely.
You looking forward to it?
I'm so looking forward to it. I loved Horizon Zero Dawn. I love the concept of being able to run around with a bow, hand-created bow type of thing, taking down dinosaurs made out of robot parts and things like that. I mean, the game was amazing. And the storyline as well was very, very, very well thought.
I love the story as well.
Oh, it was amazing, wasn't it? It was amazing. So for me, it's a definite 8, straight in with an 8. I love that game.
Nice. Grim Fates basically said, Horizon Zero Dawn, favourite game. There you go. I think they'll honestly smash this one out of the park. I think this will be one of the really good PlayStation games. But we'll see. Well, I say we will show footage when it's not fucking 6 hours long, but we'll get it. I get that they might have played trailers, but they didn't really do a trailer. That was the thing. It was like long things. So, but there you go. Moving on. We are down to, we're doing all right. We're getting there. Down to our last 6 games, ladies and gents. 6 games left to review. Well, I say review. We don't review them. Someone else reviews them. Then we moan about the scores. That's what we do on this show. Here is a game that literally came out last Friday. It's got to that point in the evening where I can't remember what this game's about, even though I spent all day putting this together. This is out also on Nintendo Switch. A lot of Switch games came out over the weekend. Let's have a look at World End Club. Here we go.
Hang on tight, because you're all going to play a little game of fate for me. You're seriously blaming this on me? Rachel's on our side!
If you never give up, you can overcome anything.
World's End Club.
Friends till the end.
Available now.
Okay, so the only way I can describe this is because it is like kind of a side-scrolling beat-em-up thing, but obviously there's options that you do, so there's like RPG elements. If anyone has played any of the Persona games, this is probably going to be the closest thing to it. I'm going to say if you don't like Persona, you're probably not going to like this. Zenkai, hang in there. We are going to talk about Far Cry 6. Trust me. It says it on the bottom. It's going past the screen right now. Look, it's there. Yeah. We are going to talk about it. So don't worry. I'm still waiting to see a game worth buying on the Switch instead of DS. Just shoot me. I'm about 23 years too old for this. What's reading? Fair enough. Fair enough. Not my kind of thing. I know people who would stream this, who would love this. Our very own Pixie Star, who's on this, would lap this up, I know. But guys, what are your thoughts? And also, Jim Ski 10 Games, thank you for the follow. I've only just noticed. Sorry, bit slow. There you go.
I mean, excuse me for my language, but what the fuck was that? I couldn't understand what you had to do in that. To be fair with you, it was just a bunch of animated cartoon characters running from one side of the screen to the other, and then running away from a monster, and that was it. I couldn't understand. I couldn't understand the game for me.
Fair enough. Dave?
No, the trailer was too short, wasn't it? I couldn't tell you what type of game it was. You say it compares to the Persona game, so okay, if you like those, go for it. That trailer just didn't really sell it to me at all.
It just didn't grab me.
Nope.
Sweary Panda, in fact, Sweary Panda is already a better premise for a game. Sweary Panda would be a good thing for a game. Yeah. Shoot reviewers, and I'll give you the bullets instead of a score. Okay. I'll tell you what. I'll put you all out of your misery, and I'll tell you straight away. Got a 6 out of 10.
Yeah, I was about to say 6, but
there you go, Dave. Were you going to say 6?
Oh, I was going to say 6. Yeah, you just beat me to it.
There you go. we're moving on again. A couple more Switch and PC games, and then we get to some better stuff. Trust me, we get some better stuff. This again is a game. This came out Thursday last week on Switch and PC. This is a game called Weaving Tides. Here we go.
Fate, woven into the very essence of this world. Every step a challenge, as these lands weren't spun for you. And while the wings of your friends carry you across the tangle of threads, I gaze upon you with a watchful eye. I see your bravery, your craftiness, and ingenuity. But you can't reweave fate. I see in your dreams your deep desire to find others like you. Will you grasp the threads and reweave your story? Or will you dream on?
There you go, folks. That is Weaving Tides. Now, I'm not going to lie, this one kind of grabbed me because it's not really a shooter, but it's more of a puzzle/dodge shooter.
Yeah.
But I like what they're doing because obviously, hence the weaving thing, you've got to dodge in and out of like crocheting or the knitting or whatever. And again, probably not going to be everyone's cup of tea. Panda, start with you on this one. And chat, start getting your scores in now.
I mean, yeah, it looks like a puzzle-based game. Like, obviously, something's happened. You're having to recreate, remake the maps, weave it together, and that kind of stuff. It does look like a good game. I can see future-wise, a lot of big streamers would possibly end up streaming this because obviously it looks like the levels could get harder, difficult bosses, etc., etc. Yeah, I mean, the game looks interesting. It does look interesting. It looks intense as well. So it's a thumbs up from me.
Okay.
Yeah.
Dave, what do you reckon? And hello, Mia. Hello, Mia.
Hello.
So you just said.
How you doing, Mia?
How you doing?
It looks okay. Graphic style looked quite cool. Looked like interesting gameplay mechanic. Got to sew the world back together again. It's hard to tell whether I'd actually like it just from that short trailer. I'd like to try it. If it pops up on Game Pass at some point, I'd give it a go then. I can't say I'd rush out and buy it based on what I'd seen. But I'd certainly be willing to try a demo out.
Okay. People coming in with 7s and 6s. Guys, what do you reckon your scores are?
7.
Yeah, 7.5.
Okay. Got an 8 out of 10.
Oh,
okay.
8 out of 10. Yeah, I would try this out. Obviously, the thing is, it's only on PC and Switch at the moment, so we'll have to see what it's like. But came out Thursday last week, and I actually say out of the other games that are a bit artsy and that, this is probably my favourite one out of those where I would actually give this one a try. So give it up. That is Weaving Tides, ladies and gentlemen. Now, another sort of puzzle game-ish, another game based on an app. So we'll have to see how it came out Friday last week, also for PC and Switch. Jesse says 8 out of 10 means it's better than it looks, but based on previous scores tonight, yeah, exactly. Yeah. Hunter's going to get mad. Yeah, I know. He's probably just done. Oh, yeah, there you go. He's unfollowed me. I've just dropped by 120 followers. There you go. There you go. 120 followers lost. So tomorrow's 300 follower stream's cancelled now, folks, because Hunter doesn't like me anymore. But there you go. This next game, very appropriate for people saying these games look older than they should be, like should be on SNES. This game is called 7 Years From Now. Well, you might say this looks about 35 years from now when you see the graphics on this one. Here we go. Now you saw there, was it over 6 million or 6 billion?
6 million downloads. I think
6 million downloads. Yeah. This was a mobile game, and they brought it out onto PC and Switch. It's not something that grabs me, but obviously it must have done very well to have that many downloads, or it got good. Panda, I'll start with you on this one.
I mean, I can definitely see it being like a phone, like an app game, Android, iPhone, that type of stuff. Definitely see it as that. But I just can't see it progressing any further into a console or Steam game, to be honest with you. It looks like it's still under development, how it's still got like the black backgrounds and things like that. So it's just a very basic concept of a game. Yeah, it's not, doesn't look eye-catching to me, unfortunately.
No. Get your scores in the chat now, people. Dave?
It does look like a very basic game graphic style. It would really depend how good the mystery is that you're trying to solve, whether that can draw you in and get you to look past the graphics. Yeah. Just from the trailer, though, it's hard to tell. It only gave like a little bit of the story away. But I suppose 6 million people have downloaded it. It doesn't say whether 6 million people actually enjoyed it. So who knows if it's any good or not.
Or actually even played
0.1%, 0.1% enjoyed it and the rest didn't. Just deleted it.
So not even worth a score, says Hunter. Is it?
Yeah.
So go on then, Dave. What do you reckon you're going to give it? Benji's gone for 8. Big Jesse's gone for 5.
I'm going to go 7.
7.
6.
6.
Yeah.
Can anyone guess what I'm going to say next?
You're going to say it's an 8.5 or a 9.
Well, I think Dave said it's an 8. Got an 8 out of 10.
Mate, what is up with these companies creating games? What is up with the reviews?
I don't know. Melland, hello. Welcome to the stream. Right, get out the guns. Okay, Hunter.
Let's go.
You want the guns? We're going to do it. That's what we're going to do for you. This is what we're going to do. We're going to bring out the big guns. But before I do that, that was 7 years from now. Came out last Friday on PC and Switch. So, guns, more shooting games. I told you there was going to be another Warhammer game. This is the one I'm interested in. This is a first-person shooter called Necromunda Hired Gun, based on the lore of... I said Warcraft. That's totally wrong. Forgive me. Warhammer. Sorry.
Warhammer.
Probably going to get sued. There you go. Damn it. Let's check this out. You know that's a good sign when it says blood and gore and intense violence. Let's do this, people.
That's what Hunter likes.
Yeah. Okay. Let's go. Necromunda is the greatest hive world in all of the Imperium, with cities that rise from the ash wastes like sheer mountain peaks. Hired guns navigate the ocean of crime and corruption to balance this bloody ecosystem. So what's ailing you, stranger? Is it the gangs, the mutants, or the heretics? For the right price, we can be your weapon. And weapons don't differentiate.
About frigging time.
Yes.
Something that looks cool. But will it get good reviews? Let's see. Oh, hello. Press the wrong button there. Don't do that. Melon, thank you so much for the 200 bits. Really appreciate that. Thank you. That's rather awesome of you. They are let's just see, this seems good bits. Thank you so much. Really appreciate that. Unterkiller was saying, bring it on. Zenkai says, reminded me of Doom. Yeah, a game worth waiting for. So the best game you've seen tonight.
This is where Hunter Killer
this looks good. All the best bits of Doom and Unreal, but with 2021 graphics, given 8.5. I'll even buy a new console. Have this. Sold me, sign up. I can't. Well, I can tell you this is out. This came out today. On PS5, PS4, all the Xboxes, and PC. Dave, your opinions. Get your scores in the chat, by the way. What you reckon it's got out of 10?
Ooh, out of 10. I know.
Yeah. But tell us what you think first. Tell us what you think.
It looked pretty good. It looked like a nice fast-paced FPS. So as you said, mentioned like Doom and Unreal. Like the speed of those. This looks pretty good. Looks better than that Horse Club one we saw earlier. Much better than that. So
How dare you? How dare you?
That was my favourite game, that.
I honestly thought, and I got to check the notes, that Horse Club Adventures on the Switch is a far superior game.
Shut up, idiot. Nah, this looks much better. We like shooting stuff in the face and seeing it explode in lots of little bits. So this looks cool. I'd like to see more. Hopefully it's like an 8 out of 10. Something cool like that.
There we go. Panda, what do you reckon?
This had Doom written all over it for me. From the get-go, straight away, it had just Doom written all over it. It's a definite yes from me. I'm loving it. I'm definitely going to invest in that on payday. Potentially do a stream on it, maybe. But it's definitely a yes from me. I'm going to say it's an 8.5 out of 10.
Okay, 8.5. I like this. Big Jesse. It's a toss-up between Horse Club and this for me. We combine the two and shoot yours in the face.
Oh,
fucking hell.
Wow. I mean, that just turned dark very quick, didn't it?
That did. There's no coming back from that now either. We're screwed.
The horse ain't coming back from it.
If there's any
not.
horse lovers on the show, I don't blame you for unfollowing. I'm not even going to apologise for that.
Not gonna lie, I did have my own horse back when I was younger. I did used to do horse riding, so yeah, that was like a little background knowledge on me. I used to do horse riding for about 5 or 6 years, to be fair, competed and everything. So yeah, it was actually pretty decent, pretty good at it.
So you're not likely to put a shotgun in a horse's face and blow its brains out?
Yeah, no. If there's an option where I can bypass that side, I'm gonna bypass that. I'm not going to be doing that, but you know.
Sorry, don't know why that came out of my mouth. Not good.
Right.
There you go. Lots of scores coming in. So you guys are saying 8.5. Ben says 7.5, 7. Bet they're going to give it a stupid score of 2 or something. Sure, good to see you, mate. 6 out of 10. Welcome to tonight's stream. Good to see you here. What else we go? What else we got? Blah 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 blah. Oh, blimey! Did he? He streamed it today. Thought it was really good, but it looked a bit janky. That might explain the score. To be clear, I'm only shooting the horses on Xbox. Okay, Jesse, you covered 8.5 though. So it grinds me to say this, even though I am going to play this. 6 out of 10.
Oh,
really? That low?
Yeah, 6 out of 10 at the moment.
I mean, what did the horse game get? What rating was that?
8 out of 10.
That got a higher rating. Oh wow!
Yeah,
oh, wow.
The horse game got a better rating. But saying that, there was only I'll just put a disclaimer here. This came out today, so there was only a handful of scores to get from. So we might find over the course of a week or so, there might be some better scores because a lot of the big name places like GameSpot, IGN, Eurogamer, hadn't even reviewed it yet. So we might touch on this next week and see if it gets a better score. But at the moment, 6. A lot of them are saying it's good, but it's not as good as Doom, and Doom does it better, and it's a bit clunky.
I mean,
as
Doom
Sher
is a
rightly said.
very fast-paced game, though, isn't
Yeah.
it? It's a very
Yeah.
fast. As in, if you stand still, you die. Like within seconds,
you've got to keep moving.
You're overrun. You died. Yeah, it's one of them games where you like you say you have to keep moving. You have to keep on your feet, running around, jumping, flying, that kind of stuff. So
yeah,
fair play.
I love the Doom games. I honestly thought, for me, Doom Eternal was one of the best games last year. But that, again, only my opinion. You know, some people agree with that, some people won't. It's funny that it hardly appeared in any end of year awards shows.
Yeah, that was weird, wasn't it?
Yeah, and a lot of
That's very
people's top
weird.
tens, people like Angry Joe and stuff who watch, not in any top tens. And I was like,
Mm.
really? Did you forget about this? Ended up being one that and Animal Crossing were the two biggest games of the year.
Animal Crossing. Oh,
I know, but
can't stand that. But yeah,
but you know, everyone
Each to their own.
horses for courses.
Horses for courses.
Unless you shoot them in the head. So moving on, straight after that, we took gone. So we reviewed this game back in February, and it's based on a classic, and it's been remastered. It had only come out on the Switch. Dave's thinking, Jesus, which one's this? Came out on Switch, but now it came out today for PC, Xbox One, and PS4. This is a reimagining of the classic Ghosts and Goblins. Here we go with the trailer. There you go, short, sharp, and sweet. So there you go.
Yeah.
That is based on the classic game. As we said, this came out in Switch, part of the big Capcom thing. They were bringing to Switch, where there's loads of old Capcom games that fill a library. They're doing exactly the same with Xbox and PlayStation. I mean, Hunter's just saying, not being fun, but if I keep hearing make Master Games, I'm bidding my PS and getting a Master System. Well, it's funny you should say that, because I'm sure, I don't know whether we'll end up talking about on this, but I'm sure Alex Kidd has been remade and remastered, so you might want to get your Master System out. This is a solid game, played as a youth. Don't think I passed the first level. I used to play this on the arcades as well, sure. I agree. This looks like good fun. I will be rubbish at it, but it looks good. Agree with Hunter on all the bloody remakes. It is taking the piss. Get your scores in the chat. What do we reckon this got? Start with you, Dave. See if you can remember what it got when it came out on Switch. I can't remember. I've got to go back through my scripts.
No, I should have gone back to the previous show and rewatched it. I'm going to guess an 8. I wouldn't play it because I'd be crap at it. I don't remember doing very well on it when it originally came out.
Okay.
I mean,
Panda.
I quite like the idea of the whole side view. Obviously, like shoot, run, grab, that kind of stuff. I'm gonna probably give it a 7, but it does remind me of a game that I used to play on the PlayStation. I can't remember what it's called. Shit, it's gonna bug me now. Shit. Ignore me. Yeah, ignore me.
It'll come back to you in about a few
It'll come
minutes.
back to me. Yeah.
Okay. Don't worry. Well, scores in the chat. People saying 7s, 5s, 7s. I could tell you when it came out on the Switch back in February, got an 8 out of 10. Gets a 7 out of 10 for Xbox One, PC, and PS4. And it came out today. So if you like a bit of classic, there you go. It's out there for you to get. But it is a bit of a cash grab because, as we discussed, it's part of a Capcom library that you get, and then you have to buy all the other games to fill the library. So it's in that respect, it's a bit, don't expect anything for free. Right, moving on to some more news. We're getting there, folks. We're getting there. We might actually finish on time, but then again, we might not. Let's see what happens. So, 2 other showcases that happened, and ones that had trailers that weren't more than 20 minutes long. The one was the Sonic Colors showcase, which was all about different Sonic games. Obviously, they talked about the fact they're bringing out the Sonic the Hedgehog 2 film, which Jim Carrey is in. I have not seen the first Sonic the Hedgehog film, but I've actually heard nothing but good things about it. Everyone I spoke to said it's actually really good fun. It looked like absolute shite, but when it actually got reviewed, it got reviewed really well, and people said it was great fun. So they are doing a second one, and the second film has Tails in it. But it wasn't just about the fact
Yes.
that they revealed over the course of an hour and a half live stream. There was a couple of games they unveiled. Now, we're going to go back to, sorry, Hunter, a little bit of remasters. So they are doing Sonic Origins. I'm going to play the trailer for this, and then I'm going to play a trailer for a game that is coming out later this year. There were 2 other games I mentioned, but we're not going to talk about that because we haven't got time. But this is Sonic Origins from Sonic Central. Sorry, I called it Sonic Colors, but yeah, it was a showcase of Sonic games. You get the idea. Here we go.
We are also excited to announce we're working on a new compilation for next year that includes Sonic 1, 2, Sonic 3 and Knuckles, and Sonic CD. Jump back in time and play these classic Sonic hits in Sonic Origins. Experience the non-stop Sonic action like never before. This is your chance to experience the beginnings of Sonic on the latest platforms, now with added content and features. Stay tuned for more information later in the year.
There you go. So that was pretty much that. But then I'm also going to show you the trailer for the new one. Bearing in mind that a lot of Sonic games recently haven't been that great, but let's have a look at this one and see what people think. Let us know in the chat. Not looking for scores, but this is coming out this year. This is Sonic Colors Ultimate. Here we go. There you go. Sonic Colors coming out September the 7th. Apparently, if you pre-order it, you get a little Sonic thing which looks more like that original thing they did in the film where it just looked weird. Doesn't actually look like Sonic the Hedgehog, but there you go. Melon, thank you so much for the follow. Greatly appreciate it. King of Queens, great to see you. Welcome, my friend. Yeah, so Sonic has had a bit of a up and down past over a couple of years. The best Sonic game I've played in the last couple of years is ironically, hey, don't worry, King of Queens, don't worry, is a game called Sonic Mania, which was basically a load of people that made levels based around some of the original levels, but then improved them. I love that, but nothing else they've brought out recently has been much cop. Firstly, are you that fussed about the fact they're re-releasing all the Sonic games to celebrate the anniversary? And 2, what do you think of this new stuff? Dave, I'll start with you.
I can't say I'm fussed about playing the originals again. I played them back when I had the Mega Drive. They were pretty good, but I've kind of moved past them now. Never had any desire to go back to them. I don't mind going back to the older Marios because I still really enjoy those, but the Sonics never grabbed me quite as much. And they always seem to struggle when Sonic moved into 3D. I think I played one of them on the Mega Drive, and it was not the Mega Drive, the Dreamcast, and it was very average. Never bothered with any others since then. So I can't say what I saw of that Colours one really grabbed me. Didn't look particularly great. I don't think he's ever going to make a good move to 3D like Mario did. So nah, I'm going to skip him.
I remember playing. I remember playing a couple of those 3D ones on GameCube, and that used to be a thing. To me, they were quite interesting. Like they were the better games around that sort of era, the whole GameCube sort of area kind of thing. But yeah, I can't say that it's gonna grab me to the point where I'm gonna want to buy it and want to play it like straight away type of thing. For me, it'd be I'd wait until it goes down in price, and then I'd be like, it's a game, I might as well get it. And it's going to be one of them, that type of casual, like I'm bored, let me just look for a game to play, that kind of crap. But I mean, yeah.
We'll see.
Games
we'll
were
see what it
okay.
is.
Yeah.
I have very mixed feelings about it. I didn't really grab me the trailer. I say there's 2 other games they've announced as well. One is also based around those other little characters that you saw in that colours thing, but I ain't going to play the trailers. Go check it out. You can have a look. The Sonic Central, the showcase, was last week. You can find all the little videos split up, and you don't have to sit through 6 hours of shit either, unlike another game that we just talked about. So there you go. So we'll see some more Sonic games coming out this year. Our last game of being reviewed, and then all you patient people, we're then going to move on to Far Cry 6. This game is a co-op talking game, which helps you get through. If you ever wanted to be a spy, this is called Operation Tango. Let's have a look at this, see what we think. Here we go.
I'm giving you access to the rest of the building by hacking, but you need to find the door.
It's that
first.
easy.
The world's your oyster, baby.
You know what? I'm feeling summary.
Benjamin.
There you go.
All of those cool people, and you pick Benjamin? No, decline. I am not Benjamin.
Okay, once I go, 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 go.
Go, 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 go.
Go, 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 go.
Go, 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 go.
Go, keep going, keep going.
Wait. Okay, now you can go.
Ooh.
Teamwork.
All right.
More laser beams.
Okay.
This game is based on verbal communication.
Okay, so what was the thing that you just told me?
Was I 100% listening to you? No.
I mean, yeah, that's welcome to our friendship.
Actually, when you're playing as the hacker, anytime that you get into a mainframe, you have to say, I'm in. It's actually legally required.
I didn't know this guy had to do this much work.
Goodness, squeeze me?
All right, yeah, I'm pushing the button. What's the worst that can happen?
Push the button. What did you do?
It was a mistake to make me the field agent for this mission. It was a massive mistake.
Very big mistake.
So there you go. That's Operation Tango, which is a co-op game where you basically have to talk to each other to solve the problems because you're a spy going in. There's loads of people going like Melon's like, oh no, I already hate it. What actually is this? Did I just watch a Snapchat or something? This is probably a lot better than I really hate staged videos. Like ad was pure cringe.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was a poor advert for it. You didn't really see the gameplay much, just these random idiots talking crap.
Yeah.
Like, a bit like this.
He says, I'll play this just to play with Sexy Wrestler, but we won't make it past the first bit. So there you go. This is out on... This came out today as well. This is out on PS4, 5, all the Xboxes.
I think it's actually on PS Plus as well, so it's free.
Oh, there you go. Even better. So it's free if you want to try it out. But you need friends to play it. So if you got no friends, ain't going to work.
If you got no friends.
If you got no friends, yeah, ain't going to work. There you go. That's another slogan to put on a T-shirt, isn't it?
Yeah.
I might write that one down. That's another one. If you've got no friends, it might not work. There we go. I'm serious about this. I'm looking for ideas.
I mean,
as good as my one from a couple of weeks ago, as Dave will quite remember this, that I said, something really important, which was, if you don't like it, you're probably not going to like it. There you go. That's going on a T-shirt.
Sage words.
Yeah.
That game just looks like a recreation of another game that's already been out. That's like that. It's like a prison game where like your two brothers or something like that, and you have to escape out of a prison. And that's like a co-op online sort of play. You can't play it unless you have someone to play it with. And that was always a pain in the ass because not everyone obviously wanted to get the game and wanted to play the game. So yeah, this just looks like a knockoff, like a spin-off version of that, but more like animated and cartoony. I kind of like it. I kind of like the idea of it, but yeah, the advert was a bit cringe.
Yeah.
Very cringe.
Okay, let us know your scores in the chat. Dave,
A Way
your
Up.
thoughts on this?
That's it. A Way Up.
8.
That's the game.
Okay.
I tried a bit of A Way Out. That was quite good. I couldn't tell much about this game, what it's actually like to play from that, apart from just seeing all the random people. If it's as good as that, it could be good fun. It had its issues away out. It wasn't perfect. It's probably like a 7 out of 10 game. This might be the same. Just good fun, but not great. So I'm going to guess a 7.
Okay, you're going to guess a 7. I can tell you, ladies and gents, it got a 6.
A 6, not great.
It says it's okay. It's all right co-op fun. Can get a bit tedious after a while. You'll probably play it a couple of times and the novelty will wear out.
I was gonna say, it seems like it's just the same over again. Like there's the same levels. It would just be like a different area on the map or something else that you're trying to break into and that kind of stuff. Like it doesn't seem they've got a lot of room to improve in that game.
So we'll see. I think if you get it on, as you say, Dave says it's free on PlayStation at the moment. Give it a whirl. You'll probably get a couple of hours out of it. Have a laugh. And that'll be it. You'll probably never play it again. So there you go, folks. We're not at the end of the show just yet. Longest show ever, but here we go. But here we go. You ready, Dave? I always do this. So recap of all the games tonight.
Oh, God.
Let's get it.
Did you say it was generally a 7? Let's move on.
Rust Console Edition out on Friday the 21st on Xbox One and PS4 got 6 out of 10. Knockout City on all the Xboxes, the PlayStations, PCs came out on Friday 21st of May, got 7.5 out of 10. Aerial Knights Never Yield, 7 out of 10 on Xbox, PS5, Switch, PC, came out on Wednesday the 19th of May. BioMutant out on Tuesday the 25th of May, PC, Xbox One, PS4 got 6 out of 10. Super Bomberman R Online, 7 out of 10 on all the Xboxes, PC, Switch. Stadia, PC, PS4 came out on Thursday the 27th. Mutazione on Switch and Xbox One came out on Monday the 26th. 9 out of 10. Warhammer Age of Sigmar, Stormground, all the PSs, all the Xboxes, PC, Switch came out on Thursday 27th. 7 out of 10. King of Seas on PS4, Xbox One, PC, Switch came out Tuesday 25th. 6.5 out of 10. Just Die Already on all the PlayStations, all the Xboxes, Switch and PC came out on Thursday 20th. 5 out of 10. The Wild at Heart, 7.5 out of 10 out on PC and Xbox One on Thursday 20th. Oddworld and Cage on PC and Switch on Thursday 20th. 6 out of 10. Grand Casino Tycoon, 5.5 out of 10 on PC Thursday the 20th. Wanna Survive, 8.5 on Switch and PC on Friday the 21st. Maneater out on Switch, 7 out of 10, Tuesday the 25th. Airport for Aliens, Company Run by Dogs, 8.5 on Xbox on PC, Tuesday the 25th. Very, Very Valet, 7 out of 10, Switch on Tuesday the 25th. Horse Club Adventures, yay! 8 out of 10 on Switch, Thursday the 27th. Oddworld Collection on Switch, 7 out of 10, Thursday the 27th. World's End Centre, 6 out of 10 on Switch, Friday the 28th. Waving Tides, 8 out of 10 on Switch and PC, Thursday the 27th. 7 years from now, 8 out of 10 on PC, Switch, Friday the 28th. Necromunda Higher Gun, 6 out of 10 on all the PCs, the Xbox, PC, G, and all that one out today. Ghosts and Goblins Resurrection, 7 out of 10 on PC, Xbox One, PS4, out today. Operation Tango, PS4, 5, all the Xboxes came out today, 6 out of 10. Thank fuck for that.
Sorry, I was zoned out there. Could you repeat that?
Yeah, sure. So we started with Rust Console Edition. No. There you go. All those games. I mean, all those freaking games.
Congrats for reading that out that quick.
Thank you. But we haven't finished yet. We've got a couple more things just to talk about just before. Yeah. So one big thing, another game that did a big showcase, which was Far Cry 6. Now, we were a little bit worried about this because it was supposed to come out last year. Then it was due to come out February. Then it got taken out a lot of the pre-order stores. So we're a bit worried that it was not going to actually come out. We can confirm it is coming out on October the 7th. Here is a gameplay trailer for it. And then we're going to talk about one of the most inventive guns ever in a Far Cry game. Here's the trailer.
Señor Presidente,
what can true Yarans do to serve Yara?
True Yarans have long memories. We remember how so-called civilized nations treated us when we needed them most.
Are you concerned about the terroristas who call themselves Libertad?
You're an orphan, see? Why do you want to run? Remember, Danny, Castillo has kept you an orphan.
I only see you. So why are you here?
I watched Castillo order a whole boat of our people shot to death.
And I want to know who's going to help me take him down.
Okay.
Castillo's got, what, 300,000 troops? I count 6 burnt-out guerrillas, and you with a bullet to the leg. You can shoot, so shoot.
You have rules. You might kill, but you're no killer.
You know I'm not a guerrilla, right?
Everything got another purpose.
That usually work?
50-50.
Those eyes, Danny. I know exactly who you are.
I am nothing like you.
There you go, folks. Far Cry 6, ladies and gentlemen. It looks absolutely fantastic. Now, I'm going to read a couple of things out just before. Can you repeat? Oh, that was the thing. Can you repeat that? I didn't quite catch it. No, you just watch it on catch up. Hunter says, why didn't you just do that at the start and save us watching the rubbish games? If I did that, I'd have no one watching the fucking stream, mate. So there you go. Quite simple. There you go. And then, yeah, we've got to just mention that. Let's go. But yes, Far Cry 6. Zenkai, I know, is really, really ripped for this. And yes, it is Gus Fring. Cher was saying Far Cry 3 is in one of my top 10 games of all time.
I love Far Cry 3.
I still haven't played 4. I've had it sitting on my hard drive for years. I did play 5 last year. Thought it was all right.
You're not missing much with 4. I'd agree with Cher. Exactly that. 3 peaked at 4 and 5. 5 especially was crap. Didn't like that one at all.
Looks good. In fact, looks like Uncharted. Second favourite game of the night. Looks amazing. This looks epic. Play the other trailer. I ain't got the other trailer, mate. Just going to play the really long Far Cry. I could have just done the 3 hour. No, it was only an hour stream, I believe. Best bit was Gus from Breaking Bad. He's the main protagonist in this. Just so you know, he is the main guy. And he's a great actor. He always plays villains. I don't think I've ever seen him in anything where he's actually playing a good guy, ever. So, we'll see. But yeah, guys, your opinions on this? You looking forward to this out in October?
Yes, definitely.
Considering 4 and 5 are a bit crap, I'm hedging my bets on this one. It looks lovely on the trailer, but I do want to see more to see if it's going to be a decent open world they put together with decent missions and not just lots of just another huge world of copy and paste stuff all over it.
Yeah,
I want it to have good missions, good side missions that all have good stories to them. So I'm going to keep my fingers crossed because what we've seen does look nice.
Yeah.
The one major thing.
Yeah, go on. Sorry, Panda, go.
The one major thing that I'm looking forward to is using that backpack RPG thing.
Oh yeah,
mate, that looked amazing. She just sat down and was just like launching grenades. Looks amazing. I can't wait to use it.
They've said that more footage and stuff will be out during E3. So literally in the next 2-3 weeks, we're going to see a load of stuff about this. It is the biggest Far Cry map they've ever done, ever.
Wow.
In a game. So we'll see how that pans out. But as well as that rocket pack thing, which looks absolutely brilliant, you might not know about another weapon, which is hilarious, which is basically a gun that fires CDRs. If anyone doesn't know what CDRs are, they were blank CDs that you could write games on. But when you fire it, it plays the Macarena. I shit you not. So it just goes, Macarena, and then someone dies. Hey,
that reminds me of what was it? Saints Row 3. Saints Row 3, where you can turn like your machine guns into like the guitars and things like that. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, exactly. That just reminds me of that straight away. I love that. I love games
we will show
fully customized.
Oh man, we will show a clip of that probably next week. We will show the Macarena gun on next week's show. But yeah, Far Cry 6 coming out October the 7th. We will definitely be talking about it on this show more. We'll see where we go. Interestingly, I mean, Cher said, going to probably try Dying Light 2 instead. Now, Dave was saying, why am I not talking about Dying Light 2? My only reason is we will more likely talk about that. We did talk about it earlier in the year because it was one of those games that got into development hell and it's managed to get out the other side. But they released a trailer, but it wasn't technically a showcase. So we will talk about Dying Light 2 on a future show, maybe next week or when we get a bit more info. More than likely talk about it when we talk about E3 and everything. So we'll see. We'll see how it goes. Now, before we finish the show, I always like to play a clip of something, and this was brought to my attention. I can't remember who sent me this. I can't remember if Dave, if you sent me this, or Moto Chris sent me this. But as you know, I really like Halo. It's my favourite game.
You love it. You know.
But I do love Doom Eternal. And someone, did you send me this, Dave?
Yeah. No, you've mentioned
Right,
said it.
right, okay, so I saved this for the show. Here is something that would actually make me actually like Halo, because Halo's a piece of shit. This is what happens when someone modded Halo with a bit of Doom. Here we go.
Oh, God.
Enjoy. Whole 1 minute and 40 seconds of this shit. Here we go. Halo, take notes. That's how that should be. That's all I'm saying.
Like that one.
I might actually like playing Halo if it was like that. Seriously.
I'd buy that game for £1 just for the soundtrack.
Yeah, just great.
The soundtrack was catchy, but yeah, that.
There you go. I used to say you wouldn't love to play that. I'd play that. I fucking hate Halo with a passion, and I would play that just for that. There you go. Sold. So there you go, folks. We've come to the end of this epic show. I said this was going to be a bumper show. Finally. A couple of people I'd like to say thank you. Thank you to Melland for the follows and the cheers. Jimsky10 for the follow. Buster Bunny. Old Boy G for the raid. Stephen Wilt for the follow. Hagottom for the follow. Big Jesse for the follow. Pixie for the raid. And British Beef 89 UK for the follow. Really, really, really appreciate it. We are back Tuesday next week with another guest for another crazy show, which will not be as long as this. Dave will be happy to know that it will be back to the usual 2-hour format. Thank you so much. But thank you to our special guest this week, Little Panda.
No worries, no worries.
Thank you for having me. You've got to give us a dab.
Go on. You want a dab? I'll give you a Zen. A Zen dab.
Zen dab.
There we go.
There's your
Zen dab.
Go check out Little Panda 24/7. I don't know if any of my mods are still in here. Can we give Little Panda a shout out in the chat? You watch, there won't be any fucking mods left. But
I'm sitting on 240 followers right now, and I'm 10 away from my goal. So
we want those 10 followers for Little Panda, man. We want.
It'd be amazing if I could reach that.
There you go. It don't look like I'm going to get anything from the mods. I think they've all gone. I've bored them to death. But
no worries.
couple of things to say. Also, thank you, Sogan, and thank you to Dave, my co-host.
Always a pleasure.
Tomorrow night, this is really important. Literally 3 weeks ago, we did the 250 followers stream where we had a massive giveaway. Good news is, I said I would do another Jackbox party stream if we hit 300 followers. We hit 300 followers last Saturday, so in 2.5 weeks. We're at 321 followers tonight, which is insane. It's not going to be a giveaway because I said the next big giveaway will be at 500 followers, but we are going to do a Jackbox party. So if you want to have a laugh, get involved tomorrow night. Jackbox party. You can play it on your phone, your tablet, all that. I'm doing it for a laugh. There you go. Loads of other stuff. Updated the schedule. Just look at that because I can't be asked to tell you what I'm doing streaming this week anymore. Just look at the channel. It tells you on there. I go to a lot of effort to write my schedule. I can't be asked anymore. But thank you for all your love and support. That's it. Dave, do you want to say good night?
Good night, everyone.
Panda, do you want to say good night?
Night, everyone. Thank you for tuning in.
Nice.
You're great.
I'm going to go have a lie down. See you later. Bye.